Yes, yes, peeps. I know you guys been waiting for this one, man. We had Callum, we had Drifty on, and I know you guys have been asking. Matt needs to get on the show as soon as possible. He's taking the time out to jump in. We're gonna chop it up, man. You already know what time it is. We're gonna do our mental health check-in first. Make sure the people them are all good in the chat. Also, me and Matt, and then we're also gonna do our transfer conversation. So much to discuss when it comes to the transfers. Florian Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, and obviously Ekitike coming in. Maybe, I don't know. The price tag sounds a bit crazy, but we'll get to that as well. With a few of the other players looking to leave Liverpool as well. I see Saudi, sniffing around Diaz. I know some of you guys want to sell him, but let's see what Matt thinks about that one. And then also, you guys already know, man, I've got the 5 questions for you guys, but you guys sent in for me to ask Matt. The last ones you guys did for Drifty was, some of them were harsh, but I hear it. And then we have the quick fire round. Let's see, man. There's some interesting ones in there for you, Matt. I want to see where you decide.
Yeah.
Because the people then will remember it because they still remember Drifties. They still remember Callum's.
100% they do, bruv.
But listen, before we get started, man, how are you, bro, man? How's everything? Family-wise, health-wise and all of that, my bro.
Yeah, no, everything's blessed, man. Like, I'm just glad that, obviously, as you know, I went to the parade, innit? Obviously, on Monday. It was a vibe, but there was a dark cloud over that day, innit? Obviously, what happened, innit? A horrible incident. I'm just glad that the people that were involved, the last update I got was they were in a stable condition. That was, I think that was yesterday or the day before. And nothing has come out since that's been negative. So, do you know what I mean? Prayers to them. But yeah, other than that, all good, families, all blessed. I'm good, man. Do you know what it is? I'm just waiting for this. Like we were speaking backstage, yeah. I'm just waiting for this verse. Like news, bruv. I've got PTSD, bruv. I need to know that thing is just done now. Because even while we're talking now, I've got one eye on my phone, one eye on the chat. I need to make sure it's done, bro.
Listen, it will be done when it's done, bro. That's the whole point. We gotta just.
Nah, it's true. It's true. Just
blood.
Relax and let it take time.
Because you know what's gonna happen with that, man. Anytime we see anything, we're just gonna absorb that. So we're gonna discuss it because I did see one of those,
Yeah.
No, I don't know if they're journals or papers. I think it's a paper. They tweet something about Madrid trying to get involved. So we'll talk about that as well.
Oh gosh.
But that's what I mean. You see,
did you say Madrid?
We'll get to that, Matt. I told you we'll get. This is what I'm saying. Bro. We have to calma.
Let me just settle down and take a sip of my water.
Yeah, do your thing, man. Big up to everyone locked in.
Big up the chat,
man. I see you guys in the building. G, I appreciate it. I'll shout out some of the people before we go, man. Big up to G. Big up to Scrap.
Is that Savage?
Yeah,
Savage?
bro.
No, hey, big up Savage, man.
Yeah, Savage.
Bare jokes, man. Trust me. Big up Savage, man. He's so blessed. Big up G in the chat as well. I see you there as well. Ravanat, I see there. A lot of people, from Copy.
Yeah, tough stars. Hey, big up. Sadiq, big up to you as well, man.
Hey, Sadiq, I see you there as well. Yeah, man. Come on.
And it would have been great if I could have. And also, bro, we didn't get to link up, man. Listen, Cal sent me a pin, and I went to the pin. There was too many people, bro. I looked around. I tried. Obviously, we knew the signals weren't working. In terms of calls, so I tried to call him when I was there. It's like, yo, where? By the time I started heading back, then I got like 2 missed calls. But I'm like, but it didn't come through when I was there.
Come through in it, yeah.
So it was just
I tried to
bro.
call you as well because I was like, we need to link up. So imagine we saw. All right, so big up Sadiq. We saw Sadiq there. Sadiq and his brethren Sylvestra. Don't know if you know Morgan. Don't know if you know Morgan is. I'm not too sure.
No, I've seen the show that Cal. Obviously, we now follow each other on Twitter, so I did see the show they did with Morgan. Yeah.
So Morgan, Stro. Do you know who Stro is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stro met Stro. I'm trying to think, was there anybody else that? Those are the people that we were kind of rolling with on the day because it was more. Obviously, we saw Jamie as well. Big up Jamie. Tom Little, but we only saw Tom Little sort of like at the beginning, then like we're supposed to link up later. But as you said, bro, it was just hectic. Saw Roms, saw Monts, but again, this was at the end of the parade after all the madness that happened. Their man trying to help us get home, bro. It was a crazy day, and like I said to you, off air, we're gonna sort something out. I'm not gonna let the people know what it is, but we're gonna try to sort something. And I've already spoken to a few people since I've spoken to you as well. So
cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and get something sorted.
All right, man. That's all good, man. I hope everyone's blessed though in the chat, man. I know, obviously, if you live in London, so it's not sunny today. Normally, we get a bit of sun and that. It was hot earlier. For some reason, it's all cloudy again, man. But I know why you guys are here, man. You want to hear our opinions around the transfers. You want to know if we're going to get these players or not, man. We've tried to do as much research as we possibly can. all of these journals are saying stuff and not saying stuff and speaking in riddles and then retweeting the same thing and then quoting each other and changing graphs. It's all over the place, man. But I think we'll start with obviously the one where we're guaranteed at the moment, and that's Jeremie Frimpong. I think this one is the guaranteed one. We saw that his plane landed a few days in Liverpool, but then I also saw pictures of him with the Netherlands team. So I'm like, did he come in, do the thing, sign and all that, do the video, and then
yeah. So with Frimpong, I do think the deal's done. Like I do think it's actually done. I think Liverpool will announce it once the transfer window opens. I think it's the 1st of June, right? That's when they can fully announce it. What I am kind of curious about, though, is how they do it. Because, we've got a bit of a situation with our kit for Adidas. Apparently, the Adidas kit doesn't come into effect until, I believe, it's the 1st of August, right?
Right.
So let's say, and I'm kind of skipping ahead here. Let's say the Florian Wirtz stuff does go through. Florian Wirtz is an Adidas star, yeah.
Okay, right, I'm with you.
Yeah, Liverpool. I don't know how they're gonna do with the photos and that in terms of like, will he still be in the Nike kit, and then will they have someone in the Adidas kit later on down the line? I don't know. There's a bit of a stipulation. I don't know if you've heard about it because we're still apparently going to be doing pre-season in our Nike kit. I don't know if you've heard that.
Yeah, no, I did. Jerry was one who covered it. He said obviously with the Nike deal, it doesn't run out until late, like pretty much close to when the season's gonna start, or something along those lines. So signing the players, I don't know. I think obviously you would love to sign the players in the new kit, the new stuff. But I guess we gonna have to wait. But then you're waiting. We know he signed, but we're assuming he signed because all now, bro.
Yeah, all now, and there's been no kind of
like any type of. He signed. Just tell us.
Just say the
guys wait for.
Do you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go on the premise that he has, and if he has, bro, I think it's gonna be a very, very good signing. I know people have been talking about his defensive, the defensive part of his game, but even still, we managed to win a league with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who wasn't a great defensive right back at all. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Frimpong, whether you think which one is better, both of them are probably around the same defensively. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe Trent is slightly better. I don't know. But what I'm saying is we can find ways around that. And not only that, I trust the manager. The manager's going to have a system. He's not just going to bring in Frimpong and think, all right, cool. Like, he's just going to get exposed. We're going to find ways around that. Like, I trust Arne Slot like what he done with Gravenberch, bro. Not many people saw the vision when Arne Slot put Gravenberch as CDM. Do you know what I'm saying? So, we've got to trust the manager.
With Frimpong, obviously, he can play right back, but he hasn't played as a out-and-out right back for a few years because he's been playing as a wing back. But people saying that he can't defend, I so disagree because I feel I've seen his application towards defending. It's not a joke. He's tenacious. He snaps into the tackle. He's strong, great balance on him as well. And then he's one of those players that is a great outlet as well with his speed as well. And he can finish. We've seen some of the goals he scored. Yes, he's been used more as an attacking outlet than a defensive one. But it doesn't mean the guy can't make a tackle. I just don't ever get that narrative where you just believe a player can't win. I think with Trent was more his application. It wasn't that he couldn't defend. It was just he chose when he was just like, nah, can't be bothered.
I agree.
I just like, okay, today I'm just gonna be doing Hollywood passes left, right, and center, and I won't necessarily concentrate too much on the defending aspect.
Yeah, I'll say something else in this as well. People might get annoyed at me saying this, yeah. Big up Jurgen Klopp, the legend. One thing it did make me kind of think about was, in regards to Trent and his application, I do think Klopp let him off a little bit, I'll be honest with you. I'm not saying Klopp was happy, but I think Klopp tolerated it more, his application of being like, well, he's so great going forward, we can kind of let him off a bit. Because you remember when Trent first started inverting with Pep Linders and all them thing there, like the new tactics? The question was, is he asking Trent to do too much? And I think Slot has come into to Liverpool and has seen that and gone, whether you're inverting or doing the traditional fullback role, you better defend. Like you need to defend in this team. Whereas I think Klopp was a little bit more lenient. That's just my thing on it.
No, I think that's a fair point because it was more, let's just utilize your strengths. And his strengths was defending, but he just opted to I'd rather utilize your passing, your crossing, that's what Klopp was rather utilizing.
Yeah.
But then Slot come in and go, yeah, I hear that you got the Rangers and that, and you can pass and cross and whatever. But here, what I need you to do, though.
Yeah, here what I need. Like, it's all good you getting at the golf club and that, but you see when you ain't got to like hit the ball in that, brother, take time and go and defend. You know that
And
one?
I remember him screaming at him one of the games as well, where he's just like, yo, nah. He sprayed a great pass on the Slot weren't having it. He's like, no, I'd rather just keep it simple, bro. But
bro,
Trent
do you know
wanted to do
people
his
even
own
forget
thing.
as well, just quickly? You know, Trent, I looked up, you know, the first couple of games, maybe like first 5-6 games of the season, you know, Trent was being taken off like in the 75th minute. Because Slot was not, bro, Slot was not happy, you know. That's why Conor Bradley was getting minutes back then. You know, in NBA, we call it garbage time minutes. It was a bit of garbage time minutes, but still, it was still like sending a message to Trent, like, yo, brother, if you're not going to defend for 90, I don't care if you defend for 75. But if you don't defend for 90, we've got someone to replace you. Don't get it twisted. That's the difference, in my opinion, between Slot and it's that meticulous detail from Arne Slot. They're both great coaches in their own right. They're just different coaches.
Yeah, fair, and that's fair. Every coach has
saying?
their own ideas on how they
100.
see the game of football played. So I've got 2 questions for you then, Matt. I think the first one I'll ask, in terms of, was he your first choice, Frimpong, coming in? And then also, are you cool with Bradley and Frimpong as your right backs going forward for the future?
All right, so I'll be honest, Frimpong wasn't my first choice. If I'm being, I didn't really have a first choice. Okay. And that's because a lot of the right backs that we've been linked to, right? So you had Frimpong, you had I wanted, but it was unrealistic, Livramento. I wanted Livramento. But I said he's unrealistic, so where'd you go from there? So I started looking at other players. I like Gavaria Reed from Feyenoord, but I think he's not too long signed a new deal, and he's young as well. So it was more of a case of, could that work? I was speaking to Cal. Cal brought up a valid point a couple months back when he was like, Ola, I ain't here for a couple of seasons, like on a short-term deal that could run. And I was like, yeah. So Frimpong wasn't even on the radar them times there. But when I thought about it, I was like, do you know what? This can work. And we've got a manager that's very, like I keep saying, meticulous to detail. So if we're going to get Frimpong, then this should work. Now, going to your second question in terms of like Conor Bradley and Frimpong, the only thing I would say, I am cool with it and I think it will work. I just wish one was a little bit more defensively sound than the other. Because here's what I'm going to say. Conor Bradley is decent at defending, but I think people got this notion that he's some serious lockdown right back. And he's not that. And he's going to make mistakes. He's a young, up-and-coming player. I think Bradley is good. He's got very good application. But let's not act like Bradley hasn't been spun quite a few times this season. And I rate him, by the way. I rate Conor Bradley. But he can get spun. And like his concentration and losing his marker, that does happen to Conor Bradley. And I think it's going to happen to Frimpong. And I think there's going to be a bit of teething issues to begin with at the start of the season, who we're going to prefer. Because I think you're going to get... Yeah, I think it's going to be a thing of like, I think Frimpong's better. No, I think Conor's better. And you're going to have the pros and cons, innit? Let me ask you, though. Who would be your first choice? Start like you see no preseason, just straight off the bat. Like, who are you starting, Frimpong or Conor Bradley, and why?
Conor Bradley, because obviously he knows the team. I think he's played. Obviously, we're going to play with the similar back line, you would say, Virgil and obviously Konate. I'm not sure at the left side at the moment, but Bradley's played there, so he understands what the tactics and what the team requires. Unless Frimpong comes in and have an amazing preseason, because I'll be keeping a close eye on it, then I might adjust my thoughts. So I would start Bradley off, just because he understands what we're planning to do, and then Frimpong kind of has to learn that. But I might change my opinion in preseason, because if Frimpong comes in preseasons and start cooking down that side,
that's what I'm saying.
I'll be like, listen, he might have to start this season.
And see Frimpong, obviously he's not the advantage, but like you see how he knows Virgil knows Gravenberch, and I just feel like there's that viral video going around where he goes up, he taps up Gravenberch, and he's like, "You're right, lad." Like he does the scout, he does the scouts thing, You can tell Frimpong is just gonna get along with everyone. He's got the vibes, but I also feel like he's gonna have that application. Seeing his two brethren playing for Liverpool, and they brought him over there and said, "Listen, if you apply yourself." 100% you will play. Look at Gravenberch. I know it's a different manager, but when Gravenberch first came to Liverpool, to be fair to Klopp, Klopp didn't really know where he was going to use him. And because we played the same 4-3-3, it was copy and paste out of him and Curtis Jones. Then the manager laid down the gauntlet and said, who wants to be the DM? There's an open spot. Gravenberch mash up pre-season and then was picked as the number 6. So Frimpong could also do that for right back.
That's what I said. Listen, he's going to bring something different. He's going to bring energy. He's going to bring vibes. He's going to bring that extra bit that sometimes you're in the game and you're like, yo, just overlap. Give Mo something, down that side. But he's also going to come in with that. No, I'm not going to use the word arrogance because I don't want to paint him like that. But I think he's going to bring in that demand from his other teammates where he's like, yo, I'm good enough. Yeah, play me, right? Because there's moments when I've seen Brady make that run and he's kind of put his head back down and gone, I'm not going to really say nothing to man them because they're already like senior players. Where I don't see that with Frimpong. I think he'll tell them like, yo, next time, just play me, bro. I'll cut that across someone's. That's the tapping. Do you know what I mean?
Facts.
So I think he'll bring that. But let's see what that brings. But big up to everyone in the chat, man. What, nearly 3 bills in the building already. Guys, smash the like button, man. You know I don't really ask for it too much, man. But obviously we need them likes to go up, man. You're only on 72 likes with nearly 300 of you in the building. Can we?
Let's get it up to 150 likes straight away. Come on, chat, man.
Come on, man. Come on.
You know the thing already, man.
I know this is the guy you've been looking at 3 screens, phone screen,
bro,
computer screen, laptop screen, TV screen.
Brother, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
First of all, Liverpool just need to get the deal over the line as quick as possible. There's too many times that we feel like we're going to get a player and something goes wrong. Now, I don't want to start thinking negatively because it's too early for that. I genuinely do feel like that. But if we do get Florian Wirtz, bro, this is a transformative signing. This is on the same level as Virgil, same as Alisson, same as Robertson. This is even McAllister. You see Florian Wirtz, yeah? The biggest compliment I can sort of give Florian is when we had Coutinho. I think this is the closest thing we will ever get to Coutinho if we were to get Florian Wirtz, because his versatility as well. Coutinho can play wide left, Florian can play wide left. They can both play the 10 and they can both play, if need be, in a 3-man midfield in a 4-3-3 system. Maybe Wirtz being like a little bit higher up the pitch. Florian Wirtz is that guy. But I wanted Florian Wirtz from about 3 years ago. And I remember saying back in the day, I would love it if we signed Florian Wirtz, but it's going to be unrealistic. He's going to go Bayern or he's going to go Real Madrid, and that he would require, Liverpool ain't paying that. Brother, we are this close to getting Florian Wirtz. I need this to happen, bro. This signing here will be the biggest statement signing of the season. It's that simple. I don't think there'll be a more statement signing than this. I can't think of another player, bro. Like that's the honest truth.
Unless you go into someone that's unrealistic, but somehow you get like we're in at the moment. Isak is probably the most unrealistic option to get as a forward. If you get him, they'll be like, "Yo, how did you prize him away? They've got Champions League, and he still opted to come to Liverpool." That would send shockwaves as well because he's 100%. One of the best young strikers out there. So listen, man, I agree with you in terms of what this brother does. Yesterday, I was watching the what they called it, the Europa Conference League. I was watching it with Drift. And we was watching Isco. So you mentioned Coutinho.
Yeah.
I was watching Isco ball it out yesterday, and I'm like, this is what this brother is. This is him. This is like
bro.
Coutinho was the jinky majinky step over, little drag back. Look, Florian's got that. He's got that in the locker as well, but he's got that smoothness, like how Isco has it. That little smoothness, bring it down, little change of direction. Nice. There was one pass he gave yesterday with the outside of his foot dink over the top.
I saw.
And then Reece James had to do a madness to try and
yeah.
But this is the level where you bring that type of player in, that player that's thinking outside of the box, that's very clever, cute with what they try and do on the pitch, can bring in other players in there, take the weight off of other players as well. Also, when we're playing against opposition, he's going to be picking up areas where they're going to have to go to. He's going to occupy defensive midfielders, maybe 1 or 2. And he's also one of those players as well with his dribbling ability, can break lines with that. We've missed that. The last time we had that, you're right, is when we had Coutinho, where it doesn't look like we're going anywhere. 2 drop of the shoulder, a step over, and a drag back. All of a sudden, we're at the edge of the box. letting off a shot or a cute little reverse pass or
Yeah.
something along those lines. But bro, you're right. We need to get this across the line, man. We need to get this done.
Have to, bro, because
like we can't beat we can't be beating Bayern for him and not getting it done. We
this
can't
is
be
what bro. He's picked us. Florian Wirtz has said, I don't want to go Bayern. I want to go Liverpool. So we've actually done the hardest part. The hardest part, in my opinion, was actually convincing the player to leave Germany. That was the hardest part, by the way, because when you think about it now, obviously we don't know how much he's going to cost, and it is going to be like probably a club record fee. But the hardest part was convincing the player to leave Germany and try something new. Not only that, it's a World Cup next year. So again, you're asking the player to take a massive gamble. By doing that, Liverpool have done the hardest thing now. The easiest thing, in my opinion, now should be just agreeing the fee, because you kind of know when you spoke to Wirtz in his camp, you knew roughly the agent would have given an inkling what it's going to take. So you kind of have the background information. If you just go and pattern that now, we shouldn't have any more issues. The fact that the player has chosen us. What I don't want to see is, do you remember what signing? I'm trying to think what signing it was, and then we kind of just knew it wasn't going to happen. It might have even been the Caicedo one, because the Caicedo one was, I know it was a bit different. It was out of the blue, no background information. We just realized that he was available. We threw in a bid, and then the agent was like, you know what? If you guys agree a fee, then we'll go to you. But soon as Chelsea said, wait, I know you agreed to go Liverpool, but remember, we've been speaking to you for time. Just wait a bit and we'll sort it all out. And when I saw Caicedo hasn't agreed personal terms, I said, yo, I kind of knew. This is different, though. This is Liverpool, from what I've heard anyway, have already agreed personal terms with Florian Wirtz, from what I've heard. I know ITK is that speaking to people in Liverpool in the parade, a lot of people were even saying they think personal terms is done. It's just more about agreeing a structure of the fee, and potentially there could be a player going the other way, potentially. And I think that could be the hold up.
Listen, I hope there's no hold up. I think you're right. The way we did it this time, we actually tried to, we convinced the player. Before with Caicedo, I think we just threw in a bid, and then in hope he will just go, oh, Liverpool, come to Liverpool. No. And he openly said, you know, Chelsea did the groundwork. They were after me the whole time, the whole year. I've decided to go to them because they've, you know, I mean, they've been the one that's been there the whole time. With us now, we've convinced him. Now, let's not just mess around with the transfer fee. Let's not play around. Let's not haggle. Let's not wheel and deal. If they want this, just give it to them. I'm not saying don't get bumped. It's business at the end of the day, and you can't like let someone strong arm you and stuff and say, yeah, you're gonna have to. Look, we can negotiate, but let's make sure we're not trying to long the deal off where other people can then get involved in the conversation. But I saw this. Dave O'Cott put this up. I did see a few other people tweet it as well.
Oh, see, I ain't seen it. It's the first time I'm seeing of this, you know.
Yeah. So yes, I think they're a pay part. So forgive me, guys. I don't know.
I believe they are. They're very similar to like Marca in Spain. Yeah.
So because of Jabi Alonso going to Real Madrid are not giving up on Florian Wirtz. So I think the longer we take to sort something out, it's not the fact that it might change his mind, but you don't know what they will end up saying to him. To then go, okay. You don't want that doubt to creep in. He's at the moment gone Liverpool. He's at the moment convinced this is the right step for him. Yeah. Let's make sure we get the money aside and then. But go on, bro. What's your...
So my thing is this year, Real Madrid are probably the only team that I really fear when it comes to them getting involved in our transfer dealings. Other teams I do get concerned, but Real Madrid is the one where I'm like, flip. If this is true, let's just say it's even like a little bit true. Liverpool actually need to accelerate talks even further, because, like you said, you don't want it to be any doubt. Because all it takes is this: Alonso's going. I know you're good to go Liverpool, but remember, I practically got you that move to Liverpool. I can get more out of you. Pause. In a better team now. Yeah, you know the system already. You're gonna be What, Vinicius, Mbappe, bruv, Schumann, whoever's there, Camavinga, that pitch that they would give to Wirtz, I'm not going to lie, we need to make sure that doesn't even happen. We need to do the deal so fast to the point when Alonso calls him, Wirtz says, I'm in Liverpool, what do you want?
Yeah, trust.
I've signed my contract. What do you want? Is this just to say congratulations? Because if that's the case, then yeah, boom, safe, fam. But I see you in the Champions League. Respect, Gaffer. I'll see you in the Champions League. That's what that conversation needs to be like. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I agree. It's just you don't want, and this is what I mean. And these are where we then, as Liverpool fans, that's where the PTSD stuff sets in.
Bro,
Because
crash out will be, you know, this will be a global. This will be a crash out on levels that you have never seen before.
Yeah,
it'll be worse than Caicedo. 100%.
Yeah, because with Caicedo, I think we understood at the. Well, I say we. I would speak for myself. I understood the reasons why we didn't end up getting him. I would have loved him, but makes sense. If you haven't put the groundwork in, you just threw a bid in, and then in hope to get him, you're like, obviously, if the guy they've done more groundwork, he's gonna choose the ones that he's done the groundwork with. Obviously, I would have loved for it to come to us, but he's the up. Once he doesn't come, you're already up now, isn't it?
Yeah, no facts. You are the
but with Florian, I know. Yeah, with Florian, I know we've done the groundwork. So now we don't get him through the door.
Bro, he flew to Liverpool. You know, the reports earlier on was a couple of weeks, was it last week or week before? He's flown to Man City. He's going to speak to Man City, right? That got revealed on a Tuesday. Oh, he's spoken to Man City. Pepper spoken to him. Bro, no one didn't know. He flew to, I think it was Blackpool. He spoke to Liverpool. That when the Wirtz family flew to England, it was only to speak to Liverpool. That is how confident we were. I don't know what type of madness that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards have done. And I will say this, by the way. If they get Wirtz still over the line, I'm not going to lie, fam. There has to be some conversations about our chief executives and the work that they put in to get this transfer over the line. Because as much as we want to crash out on them for not getting people last year, if they get Frimpong, if they get Kerkez, if they get Florian Wirtz, let's say they get a striker, we don't do strikers, we'll get into that later, and they get someone else. So even if it's just them 4 players, we kind of have to just be as Liverpool fans and say, do you know what? All right, last season is last season, but you see this season, nothing but praise. You can't be disrespectful to now people that are actually doing their job. You can crash out on them last year, but this is a different year. And you know what? I need this first signing more than ever, because you see how Arsenal have gone to pick up our I'm trying to think of the terminology, but they're getting Zubimendi now, innit?
Yeah.
This is why I need Florian Wirtz more than ever. You can have our leftovers. Pause. You have Zubimendi. I don't care about that. We need Florian Wirtz, and management, just get it over the line. If you're watching this, if there's any Liverpool executive that's scouring YouTube right now, we are saying to you, don't mess about with this particular transfer. This is the one that I will say. Let's say we do get Florian Wirtz, and let's just go on the premise that he's not going to stay his whole career, but let's just go on the premise that he's here for a good 5-6 years. Bro, them 5-6 years of Florian Wirtz will be absolutely insane. He will be our talisman in terms of, you know, Salah's obviously going to bow out at some point.
Yeah.
Bro, you know, we can still say to man, all right, cool, we ain't got Salah, but we've got Florian Wirtz. What are you saying?
Bro, he shifts the needle so much in this team. It's unreal. Like, look, it's the Premier League at the end of the day. There's going to be a period where he's going to have to adapt to the league. And we get that. We understand that. Not every game is going to be a world-class level. Not every game is going to be a top 10-10. There's going to be moments where he's going to have to get used to the speed of the game in the Premier League. It's not even that, it's very technical anyway, but it's the aggression, the one where they get to leave a little bit on you. That's what he's going to have to get used to. And that might take a little bit of time, or he might hit the ground running and he just and then all of a sudden he just frees up. Do you know what? Obviously we get to the striker in a minute. You remember we had for like a few months, I think it was 6 months, when we had Bobby, Salah, Mane, and Coutinho when he was there for that first 6 months.
Great 6 months.
Remember how dangerous that was, bro? How that was unreal. Like I'm trying to bring the people back. It's hard to remember because obviously he left with the back pain, what he said and whatever, and we just remember the front three.
Yeah.
And then we tried to recreate that when we put Ox there.
Yes.
With that guy that could turn and drive and carry the ball in it. But when we had the Coutinho there for that little 6 month period, bro.
It was bro. You see the football there. I still remember when I remember, so the build-up will be just give the ball to Coutinho and just let him cook up, yeah? Coutinho gets the ball. Then you got Bobby vacating space. You got Salah breaking lines, Mane on the other side, bro. It was just like I've never seen football, and the thing is, it was high octane football, but technical ability at the same time, bro. listen, I don't know whether we will ever replicate that, but I will say this: you got 2 years of Salah, and we know Salah's not the same Salah of old, right? But Salah's still a very effective player. Might not be the same marauding, but he's effective. You got Florian Wirtz. Like you said, we're going to the striker. We don't know what's going on with the winger situation, but let's just go with the premise that one of them's still gonna be there.
Yeah.
It won't be the same, but it unlocks another dimension, like you're saying. Because now you can't just you see how teams just double up on Salah. You can't do that with Florian Wirtz there, you know. You cannot do that, bro. He's a creative machine, bro. So I don't know what you're gonna do to stop that. So yeah, man, but that 6 months for Coutinho, Firmino, Mane, and Salah, bro, was just different. It was different, man. Trust me.
No, it was. Big up to Sharif, bro. Says, Matt, your diss track is complete. Bro, bring me in on the insider,
bro. I don't even know. Like, I'm gonna say someone must have made a diss track for me or something then? Or does he mean? Because I think because I know obviously Drift was the one that done the cow diss track.
Drift done that.
Well, I say not he didn't do it, but I think Sharif spoke to Drift.
Oh, and then Monday collabed.
Because I remember Drift on one of the Monday night shows. Drift was like, "I've got a surprise for the show," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm not saying nothing," and I was like, "Okay, cool." Then that's when he dropped the track. So I don't know. Maybe someone's trying to send for me, but Sharif, if someone sends for me and you created all these diss tracks, just know I'm gonna holler you still as well. Don't get twisted.
Yeah,
don't get twisted. Bro. So I don't know what's going on there, but big up Sharif.
Big up for the super chat. Big up to Jono as well, man. Says Frimpong knows how to play with that. Sounded mad. Big up to who was in there that said pause as well, but big pause, bro. But I get it. Football terms,
yeah. He knows how to play alongside him. I get it.
Yeah. Nah, but big up for that. Nah, it's 100%, and that will massively help if they're good. If it's true and they're great mates, maybe he's
settling even quicker as well. Because he'll be the only German in the team, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we don't have another one that I know.
Yeah, we might need to get another one just to kind of make sure he's all right. But
we got one Italian as well, bro. We got one Italian, one Japanese.
True, actually,
the man.
Yeah, but to be fair, you say you got one Italian, but look what's happened to him, bro. It's not that great, bro.
Listen, I listened to his last podcast, bro, and he said, "Nah, it made me feel so welcome when I came into the team." Yeah, but.
I hear it.
Big up to the real McCoy. Says my worry is after this window FSG wallet closes. But if we build we build a good team with a big gap in terms of years disparity, like we're good, bro. Why we don't?
This is what I'm saying. Here's what I'm gonna say. If Liverpool have a massive transfer window, and I say this upcoming season, so not only in this summer but also in January. The next how many years of windows after that, it just has to be incremental, like 1 or 2, because you're doing your main part of your shopping now. This is what I mean. It doesn't. Remember, we don't need to do a Chelsea, so to speak, and just like buy 5-6 players, because first of all, we don't know which players are going to settle, which players are going to hit form. You've then got to work out which players you've got. There's a lot to deal with. I feel like we're doing it the right way. If this happens this summer, though, I think we've got nothing to worry about. Honestly, I don't think,
because then we end up topping up instead of have to do a real big revamp again. We just top up, buy extras now and then. Okay, he's planning to leave. Salah's planning to leave. Oh, we only need a right winger then. Oh, Virgil, we need another center. Do you know what I mean? Then we can just keep topping up instead of going centre back, left back, right back, centre mid, striker, right. Like, this is too much work, bro, in one summer. But
we need a revolution, and we just won the league, which is kind of crazy. Whereas if you do this revolution this summer, like I'm saying, the next couple of years down the line, you just needed an evolution. You don't need a revolution every summer. You really don't, because that's how a team gets offset and off balance as well. Too much at one time. Do you know what I mean?
Kerkez, bro.
He
wasn't my first choice at left back. He was.
He wasn't. I was
Nori.
See, me and you got contrasting views.
I wanted the techie baller.
I know. I understand why.
Because it was more, and big up to Cav, because he always said, like, when Robbo gets into a certain area, this brother don't finish, shouldn't it? He gets into good shooting positions and can't hit the target. Or we're
panicked.
watching Nori just dupping man left foot, right foot.
Yeah.
You know, big up to Sam. He calls him Kerkez. Nah,
Sam,
Kerkez.
that is crazy.
Kerkez.
That have to be on pause, you know. That's a bit.
Nah, bro.
They got Savage as well, you know. Savage joking, you know.
I just didn't feel, but because then I started going right. Because when I was watching Bournemouth, he was watching Semenyo, and he's the guy that I like, innit? I wanted him to come to us.
Okay.
For other reasons, but I never was watching what he was doing. But everyone was like, "Yo," I'm like, "Are we just saying the new hype thing? Are we just jumping on the bandwagon? Are people actually looking and watching him?" Then I said, "All right, do you know what? Let me see what he's about." Watch him. I'm like, "Yo, all right, the brother's good still. He can play,
bro." So big up the people them that have been watching Coppage for a while as well. I said Kerkez from 2 years ago. I said keep an eye on him. I said he's not ready just yet, but this is 2 years ago. I said keep an eye on him because I remember there was one game and he locked up Salah differently. And I was like, who's this left back? Didn't know nothing about him. This is 2 years ago. So I was like, all right, cool. Last season again had a very season before last had a very impressive season in my season. But the season we just had even better. Bro, Kerkez is a machine. He's only 22 years of age. Is he the finished article? No, but he will get better. It sounds crazy. When we got Andy Robertson, he wasn't the finished article. But what I would say is with Robertson, he just evolved very, very quickly, understood the assignment straight away. And I think this is what can happen with Kerkez. Kerkez is not the finished article, bro. He will improve. But he's good enough now, in my opinion, to play. He's a different left back to Ain't Nori. Ain't Nori for me is more technical in a sense of on the ball. So on the ball, Ain't Nori can invert and basically be a midfielder. Kerkez is more an old-fashioned up and down the flank left back, like marauding, bit like old school Robertson, and he can cross the ball as well. The only thing I would say about Ain't Nori, even though statistically it would look like I'm wrong, I think Kerkez is a better defender. But that also could come down to one players in Bournemouth who are in a better system for when they defend compared to Wolves. But I just haven't been impressed with Ain't Nori when I've seen him defend. Not like he's rubbish. I'm just not convinced in it. But maybe it's because
it's the same as with Salah though, right? Because I've seen Ain't Nori lock up Salah as well.
Wait, I've seen Ain't Nori lock up Salah as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Salah. Big up to Salah, bro. But the dumb buddies have been locking him up, bro. But nah, so I've seen him, and that was the thing. I was like, okay, defensively. So I've never. For me, I don't know because I always look at can this player do the basics? Can he drop back, jockey, show man on his weaker side? Can he nick in, win a tackle? What does he do with it after he wins a tackle? Does he win it and it goes out and it's their ball? Can he nick it and then can we play? And I'm watching it going, this brother can play, boy, and he can defend. But then I'm seeing him in front of goal, bro, and I'm like, hold on a minute. When we play against them, he's cooking us down that side, up and down, bro, like. And I'm like, yo, come on, man.
He causes Trent a lot of headache.
But that's because I never watched, obviously, Kerkez like that. So now I've watched him. I'm like, I'm cool with either. So Kerkez is the guy. Is cool, but he's been twerking for us for a minute, bro. Like in every post.
Yeah, this is why
I needy, bro.
it does, and I think this is why I think Savage made up that name. Yeah, but first of all, he's Sobersla's countryman, so you already know he should settle. In terms of, I think the reason why he's liking every person, I think the deal was a lot closer. I think even Fabrizio last update was personal terms already agreed, and he expects that deal to actually to be finalized this week. He's expecting Liverpool to ramp up and get that deal sorted. So I think we're very close to getting a here we go that deal is actually done. And I think if a player is doing that, in my opinion, it means they're very confident that they're going to be playing for the team that they're so-called twerking for. So I think the Kerkez thing is done. One thing I will say, though, there was another player that I think the fan base did like. I wanted to get your opinion on it. Hato, was you a fan of Hato from Ajax?
I'm a fan of him.
Okay.
It's because obviously he can do the inverted thing, and he can play as a centre-back and he can play as a left-back. And I think where a few teams, Arsenal went that way, obviously Man City went that way, I feel like a lot of people are like, okay, that's probably the next way we should go as a team, have someone that can play in that multiple position. But listen, either way, man, I think I think Kerkez, just because he's got that Premier League proven to him as well. So I'd probably go with him, and I would go with Aït-Nouri because that's Premier League proven as well.
Yeah.
We want to minimize the amount of players we're bringing in from other leagues because of the adaptation as well. For me personally, that's always I look at, especially when you're bringing in so many new players. They're all coming in to join a new league. So we're speaking of Kirk. He's used to the Premier League, used to all them wingers he's going to come up against. You know what I mean? So that's a plus. He's ready to go. Frimpong, obviously, he's going to be out of the league, going to have to adapt. And we spoke about that earlier. And then Florian Wirtz as well. We said about the adaptation as well. So there's two already that we have to worry about. Okay, when are they going to settle in? How are they going to look from a preseason aspect and going forward into the season? With Kerkez, I don't think, maybe from a system stylistically way, maybe he has to then adapt. But I think the tempo the Premier League is going to be used to, he knows all the wingers he's going to have to come up against. Unless the teams revamp and get other ones, but he knows what to expect against most of these teams. So his age is good, price isn't too bad, and you're right in terms of his countrymen being here. It's going to be easy for him to kind of adapt to the team as well. And because we've built such a good team, the camaraderie in the team, I think it's going to be easy for him to come in and just feel welcome in this team as well. And obviously, but I just want to get it across the line. But with that means, Matt, we're going to have 3 left backs. Who goes?
All right. So I don't know if you've seen the post from both of them. They both seem like they feel like they're going. I don't know if you've. So Tsimikas is like,
yeah, go on.
He kind of said something along the lines of, "It means everything for me to be like a Greek scouser. I'd never change anything." And Robbo says, I almost said something similar, I believe, on his Insta or something like that. I saw something yesterday. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. Yeah, both of them have got posts, where they've kind of like said like it means the world to them, and so I don't know who's leaving. Like, if I had to make a bet who was leaving, I'm gonna say Tsimikas. I think the club are looking at Robbo and thinking his experience over Tsimikas is maybe what edges it, in my opinion. Although, if we're talking about on the pitch, I think Tsimikas is still a bit better than Robertson. They're both like, but Robertson, in my opinion, has had a very indifferent year, man. Very, very indifferent year.
Do you think it's gone out of like, because I know when you make a mistake, right? That's always the lasting impression. Yeah. But I feel like he didn't make as much, mistakes as people make it out to be. I feel like there was moments when he could have done better. But in terms of errors leading to goal, it's one. Because we did a stream the other day and we was checking like goals and stuff, errors leading to goals. And we was looking for Robbo. He was way down on the list. It was one. But it feels like it was more than that. Based on how people speak. Yeah.
And not only that, it's misconception. So when you say like, I don't know, he's made an error, the error might not necessarily lead to a goal, but it might lead to a big chance. Because I know the stats wise, they only really do stats for errors leading to goals. They don't really do errors leading to like a shot on goal, or do you know what I mean? I don't think they do. I mean, they probably are stats on that. I think you have to go to that website. Is it FBrev or something like that? They're probably I can't remember, but what I'm saying is, if you just look throughout the season, if you look at like their games in totality, I would say Robertson, in my opinion, had more shaky moments. You got to think Robertson gave away a penalty, I believe, against Real Madrid. He also got sent off, if I'm not mistaken, against Fulham. He got cooked by Saka. He got cooked by Madueke. But the Madueke chance of led to a goal. But it just didn't look good in terms of, okay, do you know what they're doing now? Teams are starting to realize we're going to target the Liverpool's left-hand side, whereas before it used to be the right-hand side. And that was, for me, was quite a thing, because it's like normally it's always a right-hand side, isn't it? Because you've got Salah, who doesn't really like to defend, putting a shift when he needs to, and the system is kind of designed to hide Salah from defending. And you've got a right back, like you say, his application is not great. But now they're going to the left back because they just think he's washed. Can you imagine? That's what they were doing.
I think that's our fault as fans as well, because sometimes we hyper-analyze and we put the magnifying glass up too much. Because you just spoke about maybe 4 games, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure someone else will say, there was more games. But I remember those ones. I don't remember anything else like outstandingly crazy. So if you put it into context, we're talking about, say he played 40 odd games a season. We're talking about 4 out of the 40
I
odd.
hear it.
It's
But
where
those are
we're
the ones.
crashing out
I
on
hear
him.
it. But those are the ones that like stood out. Yeah. But there were times when like it's not even his athleticism, because obviously everyone starts to lose athleticism like Virgil has and Salah has, right? But for me, which was kind of weird for Robbo, it was his execution, bro. Some of his crossing was horrific. Some of his passing, his decision making, and that's got nothing to do with athleticism. That's just mentally, it's like Father Time has caught up with you. It's like all them late hours looking after the youths, them, bro, as we know, it's starting to catch up with you, and it happens. And bro, Robbo for me will always be a legend, bro. I don't care if we keep Robbo and he has an even worse season. Nothing will ever change my mind on for me having one of the best left backs in Premier League history. That's how I see Robertson. He's one of the best left backs in Premier League history. However, in 2025, if you want to win everything, we won a Premier League, so it shows that all right, he's good enough to win a trophy with. But now he's going to get a year older, and you want to win more trophies, and so does the fan base. Can you count on Robertson? I think that's what it is. Do you think you can count on him for a whole season? I think that's a fair question.
That is a fair question. I'll let you guys in the chat. Big up to each and every one of you guys, man. Love for the love. You guys can decide, man. Can we rely on Robbo next season, or do we sell him, keep Tsimikas? Can we rely on Tsimikas? I don't know, because it looks like we're going to spend that money. He's going to be the guy. He's going to be the starting left back next season if we're spending that kind of money on him as well. I would still keep Robbo personally, because I feel like the squad still needs him. The team still needs him. But doesn't mean I think Kerkez ain't good. Tsimikas isn't good. It's just the moment, innit? I'd rather keep Robbo. I'd rather just keep Robbo, to be fair. Guys, keep smashing the like, man. We're nearly close to that 200 mark. We should be on about 250. There's over 400 of you guys watching as well.
Come on. Let's get that to 300. What do you say, 250 likes?
No, we're close to the 200 mark, but I think 250 is a good.
I think 250 is good if there's nearly 400 people in there. But you know what? We shouldn't even be saying that. The like button is free. Just press it and go, and then you can just carry on with the show. It just takes 1 second. Just press the like button. You know them ones.
I know. Listen, just press it, man. Just press it. Let's move on swiftly, bro. A few more of these transfers before we get into the nitty gritty with the questions. We want to get Matt on the hot seat, bro. So we'll get there. But listen, Matt, I've heard you speak about this, brother, a few times. But Matt, as you said, the FBI is always watching, bro. They did say, what was it? And I don't want to get it wrong and misquote them. They did say you didn't really rate this brother at first, but you've only recently started rating. That's what the FBI was saying from their evidence. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. I can only go by what the FBI was saying. They said you compared 2 players. Was it him and Shesko? And then it was Nunes. It was a conversation you had on Kopish, but but you didn't put him above Nunes.
Nah, that's wrong.
As I said.
So all right. So for the people them that are clearly just trying to wind people up, or trying to wind me up. I've been the biggest advocate for Ekitike out of everybody. See, FSG tells that Matt's been pause on the glazing thing, but we'll pause on that. But he understands. I've rated this guy from time.
Okay,
I've been very consistent. I said, what did I call him when I first knew about Ekitike? I said he's like a Timu version of Isak.
Okay. Okay.
And I was like, it might sound like a disrespect, but what I mean is that he's got all the fundamentals, but Isak's experience and where he is now is far superior to Ekitike. But you see one thing about Ekitike, all of his fundamentals are there, you know, and the upside is there. The only question I have about Ekitike is that he's not clinical. And not only that, when I go back and watch some of his finishes, some of his variety in finishing can look a bit like his shooting technique can be a bit off at times. But here's what I'm going to say. If you go back, and I remember this year, I remember when Isak went to Dortmund, Isak didn't do nothing, didn't do anything. Isak at Sociedad was okay. You could see he had the dribbling ability, but even his finishing was nowhere near. But I would arguably say that his ball striking was better than Ekitike's. The only thing I would say about Ekitike, the only thing he needs to improve It's him being clinical. And I'm telling you from now, this guy could be serious. Now, I can't sit here as the oracle and say it's definitely going to happen, because whenever you've got a project player, it's up to them and the tools that they have. Are they going to improve in it? But if we sign Ekitike, there is a reason why. There's underlying numbers that people won't look at. People just look at things like goals, conversion, and whatever. There's other numbers that you kind of need to delve into, and you need to also go and compare him to players of exactly the same age, or players that you think are killing it right now. Because if you go and look at, for example, Alexander Isak when he was at Sociedad at that same time, around the same age, Isak, if you go and compare the two, it's not that different. And remember, he had a crime partner at the start of the season. He had Marmoush. Marmoush was him and Marmoush, the 1-2 link up. Yeah, cold. Marmoush then leaves. Ekitike is now the main man. And not only that, he's now lost a quality player to play alongside. That all changes. The players around him as well have to now play differently towards him. He's still done his thing. Is he the finished article? No. Do we have PTSD as Liverpool fans? Yes. But what I'm going to say is this. Whether it's Sesko, Kerkez, Ekitike, they all have potential. They all are good strikers in their own right. But I get it. I'm the same as everyone else. Remember I said to you before the show, I want a bona fide striker. I want Isak, I want Alvarez. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So then you have to look down and go, all right, what are the players that you think can replicate what they're doing now or even improve?
Yeah.
Bobby Firmino was at Hoffenheim as a second striker. Yeah. Bobby Firmino had the talent, and he had one good season with like goal scoring exploits and assists. Yeah. Other ones were pretty decent. Look what he went to do at Liverpool. I don't know if people would have foresaw that he was going to do what he did then. The same thing goes for even I know it's different, not striker, but look at Coutinho's impact. I know we're talking different player, but Coutinho at Inter Milan had kind of failed. Like Benitez couldn't get the best out of him. He only had glimpses. Coutinho there turns out to be a madman at Liverpool. Look at Daniel Sturridge. We all saw the ability, but then was given a platform, better players. But I understand Daniel Sturridge at that time was more of a polished finisher. I'm telling you, Ends, if we get Ekitike, but it has to be for the right price, though, I will say that. Ekitike is not worth 100 million euros, what they're trying to say. In my opinion, Ekitike is worth about 70 million euros, about 50-something million pounds. And this is why I can understand people going against it, because I think it's the fee. Because if you're getting Ekitike for 50 million pounds, I don't think there can be a complaint. Now, if you're paying 80 million pounds for Ekitike, you want the finished article, Ends.
Yeah.
Why would you pay 80 million pounds for someone who's still got to improve?
No, listen, I agree. I obviously big up for sending me that video yesterday as well. I was watching that, and I also watched the one that Jerry tagged me on Twitter as well. And I was watching those, and it's just his fundamentals, bro, that I'm massively impressed with. His hold-up play, dribbling ability, the way he can carry the ball, like some of the passes as well. First time little sets are just being aware, the awareness, and some of the types of finish. I know you had a slight issue with it, maybe his choice of finishing out in moments. I have not watched full games of this brother like that, but from what I have seen, I look out for like these little key things. It looked like when he gets in front of goal, there is a calmness about him. And then whether or not he scores, that's obviously down to him in terms of his choice of shot. But there's a calmness. He doesn't look rash. He doesn't snatch from what I've seen. I'm not saying there isn't games you guys can probably find that he's done that in, but from what I saw, I'm like, okay, those look good. We did compare him yesterday in the stream. We compared him against Delap. All of these guys, conversion rate, hold up, all of these things. Because when you come into the Premier League, for me, not only your finishing, the physicality of these centre backs you're going to play up against. What are your duels like? What are your 1v1s like? You know, what are you like aerially? What do you come out of those duels more on top than you don't? And it showed that he has got some really good numbers with that in terms of his assists as well, and his passing. They're at a very good level. His conversion rate was 17% this year, and then you compare him against the other guys, you know, it was roughly the same. Obviously, Isak was like on 30-odd%, which was mad. I think Kerkez was high as well. I think he was on like 26%, if I remember correctly. But against like the Sheshkos, the ones we're linked with, the Sheshkos, him, the Delaps, they're roughly the same anyway in terms of that. But he just looks to me, Ekitike, like he's got an extra bit in him. He's got an extra bit
Yes.
about
Yeah.
him. And whether or not that's going to work out when he comes to Liverpool, I guess we have to kind of wait and see. But I think he could do well. I think he can do well. And if he drifts out, and we have this thing where the striker don't really stay in the middle. When he drifts out, maybe Diaz or Gakpo then come in, and he looks on a 1v1. Yeah, he's cooking still.
He's got that. Like you said, he can glide with the ball. He can. You see how Isak can kind of glide with the ball at high speed. Ekitike can do the same. You know, that's what I'm saying. There are similarities to their game. What I do think that's going to define who we go for is going to be the price, because you'll see reports, and again, everyone's going to put their highest, fee for what they want for their players.
Yeah.
But what, 100 million euros for Sesko, 100 million euros for Ekitike. I'm thinking there's no way in hell Liverpool are paying that. Surely not. So I think a lot of it's going to come down to price in terms of who we actually go and pick. But again, I do think Ekitike can succeed. Listen, I know I've been going on about even like Sesko saying like, brother, I even put a tweet out saying I'd rather keep Nunes than Sesko.
Raw.
This was ages ago, but
listen, ages ago, bro.
Yeah. No, ages ago.
What's ages ago?
I don't know. You have to find the tweet. Like maybe like
a month ago, a week ago, what?
About a month ago, no, a couple of weeks ago. But listen, the reason why I said it was more of a joke, innit? But it was more of a case of I didn't want a development striker, but now I'm coming round to the idea that we might not have a choice. Because that was the whole thing. That tweet wasn't me being serious, but I think people took it as serious. Like people,
you didn't put a smiley face or a laugh out loud face. Yeah, we have to take it literally.
No,
bro.
but listen. I'll be honest. Yeah, I'll be so honest. Sesko is better than Nunes. Like I know, I said it. I can put. See the thing about me, I'm an honest man, bro. Sesko is better than Nunes. But I'll be honest. He's better.
Make sure you guys heard that. Make sure you guys heard that.
Come on, I said it here. But no, all jokes aside, whether it's Sesko, Ekitike, Gyökeres, we're gonna get one of them. We have to take a chance on one of them. And the thing is, the reason why I think everyone's so like, oh my days, like I don't want him, is because of Nunes. It's because of PTSD. It's because of, I hate to say it, bro. I know you use like maybe not as much of a fan of Drift, but you kind of would say some people are a bit harsh on Nunes, because his first season adaptation, second season actually in totality was actually a decent season, pretty good season. What it was that the third season he didn't pick up from the second season, because he's the killer. If he picked up from that second season, I don't even know if we even have these conversations. But the problem is that Darwin Núñez was supposed to be a transformative signing for Liverpool. He was supposed to be a marksman, take pressure off Salah and also other players. The fact that it hasn't worked out now means this is why we're in the situation we're in, bro. We have to go back into the market now to get a striker. Whereas if Darwin was cooking, we wouldn't need to get a striker, bro. We'd be focusing on other areas. Do you know what I mean?
True, no facts.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that's why I think the fan base, they really want to get this one right, and I think that's why people aren't willing to accept either has to be Isak or Alvarez.
Listen, that's four.
Who would be your first choice quickly? Just out of
Isak, it was Isak.
No. If you can't get Isak or Alvarez, those two are off the table. So
Sesko or
Sesko, Gyökeres or Ekitike.
Gyökeres, because he's probably just done it longer in it. You could see that the finishing it's not a joke.
He's a marksman.
Yeah, he's definitely a killer, bro. I'm fine with Sesko as well. It's only about maybe 2-3 years ago, and he's still mad young, where people are like, yo, he's one of the best young strikers in the world. I didn't see this kind of craziness when Arsenal was linked with him. I think people was like, yo, they don't want Arsenal to get a striker. All of a sudden, he's now left-footed, which he's not. And all of a sudden, he's not a good player. Yeah.
People don't watch this. See, one thing I will say is, people go off like someone's takes or something like that, and go mad. Like, brother, this is what I will say to people. Obviously, there's times even I do it. I can't watch a full game for various reasons, so I'll try and get as many clips as I can and try and see how the player plays, playing style, whatever. But you should be able to tell if you've done your due diligence that he's not left-footed. Like I don't even understand where that's come from either. This notion that he's left-footed, but
listen, man, I don't know, man. I saw this few more transfer conversation before we get Matt in the hot seat. 50 million is the value Liverpool asking for Kwanzaa if
Brother.
we sell him. This is from the Daily Mail. 50 M's, that's still.
Do you think he's attached his OnlyFans account to that fee, bro? Because I'll be brother. Where are we getting 50 M's for Kwanzaa from?
I don't know.
But then again, it's Michael Edwards and them, man. So maybe they can.
Did we not get 30 mil or close to 30 mil for Dominic Solanke at one point, bro?
Yeah, we did. No, we got no, tell a lie, we got 19 for Solanke. But remember, Solanke only had 1 goal for Liverpool, and we sold him for 19, bro.
Yeah, we sold
Brewster for 24.
Yeah, we sold Carvalho for, bro. The guy didn't even play, bro.
What about Seth Vandenberg and them, man? Bro, I got a throwback for you. Do you remember an Australian left back called Brad Smith?
Yeah, I remember Brad Smith.
We sold him for 6 mil. Man had played about 2 games.
Brother, you sure, bro? I don't even think he even played that. I remember him coming on in 1 game.
Yeah.
I
think it was the game where Origi got a hat-trick in the cup against Southampton. Brad Smith put on a clinic that day, and then their man said, all right, he's 6 mil when he's worth about 500,000.
That's probably less than that, to be
50 mil. I get it. It is all right. So you're paying for potential, and that's got to be Prem tax. That's got to be for a Prem team. I don't see a team like even Borussia Dortmund, who are very good at getting youngsters and improving them and selling them on for high fee. I reckon Dortmund probably go highest like 35. That's just my take on it.
The problem is selling him though, Matt, is you then have to then go and get more centre backs, bro. You're gonna have to go and get 2. You really need 1 as it stands, because I want 4 to, 4 and Gomez could be wherever people see him. I think he should stay because he can play across the back line, it gives you a bit of stability there as well. You have your 4, and then if you need to shift that, if there's any injuries anywhere, that's the cover. That's the cover ready to step in, become a 4th choice, become the second right, or become the second left. He's just ready to step in and become that. But if you sell Kwanzaa, bro, that means we have to go and get 2 centre-halves, bro.
And he's homegrown as well. So this is where, all right. So the only way I see us letting go Kwanzaa is if Liverpool, it's going to sound crazy, but let's say Liverpool go for Braithwaite from Everton. Don't think that deal happens, but
talking my talk now, bro.
But there's been a lot of talk about Braithwaite, like us being linked with him. Now, do I think we appreciate Braithwaite? I do. But getting him out of Everton will be difficult, but I don't think impossible due to Everton's financial situation always looking a bit doom and gloom. But again, I'll be shocked if we sign Kwanzaa before, say, Joe Gomez. Because even though I still think Joe Gomez is better than Kwanzaa has more potential at this stage of his career. Therefore, he's worth more to Liverpool. Gomez is more injury prone.
And they did turn down Newcastle last season as well, because Newcastle one, they said he's not for sale.
Yeah.
And that's where the Gomez one came in, because we was looking to swap him with money for Gordon.
For Gordon, innit? Who would you rather sell out of the 2 if you had to pick between Gomez and Kwanzaa?
Gomez.
And is that just going off the point that the premise, that obviously he's injury prone, isn't it? So that's the availability.
Kwanzaa is normally very reliable. I get it. There's moments with it, and it's mad, because the moments I remember, it's never his fault some of the times, he'll be having a cool game.
And something happens.
Then it'll just be a moment, and you're like,
that happens.
Like the other day, Virgil smashed the ball at him, bro, and then he classes an own goal. I'm like, bro, this guy can't catch a break.
Catch a break, innit? Yeah.
He's like, bro, he slid, blocked the ball. He was there, cleared a few headers, and then at the end of the game, the only thing people remember was the own goal. I'm like, raw. I was deep. Still.
I think he got cooked as well. I think for one of the
in the Brighton game, there was when they came back in the game. Innit?
Yeah,
he was calm for ages.
He was. No, he was. But then he had a moment. Here's the thing: if I'm being genuinely honest, if they're both like available and not injured or whatever, I still think Gomez is better. Gomez is better than Kwanzaa,
Yeah, nah, obviously, but
the problem is
the future, innit? If you're saying,
it's the injuries. I don't know what the future looks like with Joe Gomez at Liverpool, because again, it's all well and good saying, all right, well, he's only going to be a backup, but we've seen it. there could be a part in the season when we need that backup. And if that backup's not there, we're in problems.
Exactly.
So, and I don't know what's going on with Ibu. Like, but that's another story.
That's another story, Matt. Don't crash out, bro. It's all right.
Yeah.
Kelleher, bro. Brentford. There's a few teams. I saw loads of teams, to be fair, in for him. But Brentford is obviously the one that's officially put in the, the inquiry about getting him in. What's your feelings on him, bro? I know obviously we've got Mamardashvili coming in terms of, and he's saying he's not going on loan, bro. He's looking to
Mamardashvili's not having none of it. He's I'm not going back on loan, so it's me and Alisson are fighting, bro. That's what he basically said. Me and Alisson are fighting. So,
and Alisson don't want it. Do you know we made a joke about it? Yeah, well, I made a joke. I said, yo, and the other guys as well. If Alisson gets one of his quad/hamstring injuries in a season, and that's really he's cooking, I don't know if Alisson gets back in. Nah, bro. Alisson's obviously the guy in it. But if this young keeper comes in and locks it in, how do you can't tell him, yo, you gotta take me out.
See, Mamardashvili, you see from a character perspective, I don't know if you know much about his character. He's way more radical than Alisson. Even just like he's got this kind of like not saying he's a madman, but like you see Alisson is like the father figure like of the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Like, baptize everyone. Yeah. You ain't doing that to Mamardashvili, bro. Mamardashvili will look at you and be like, brother, move from me, bro. This is my
his brother is as well. Alisson's tall, his brother's tall as well.
That's Philly's 6'5", bro. No, 6'5" or 6'6".
Mental. I think Ali's 6'5" as well, but they're all tall youths, bro.
Yeah, mad tall. Listen, Mamardashvili is not coming to Liverpool, like you said, to sit on the bench. And this is why Kelleher has kind of had no choice but to be like, well, boy, that's Philly's. Come to Liverpool, and my position at Liverpool was already in jeopardy. I need to play first team football, and it makes sense for Kelleher. I'll say this: Kelleher is one of the best, if not the best, number 2 in the league. And just from a human perspective, I think he deserves to go and play first team football. I would love for us to keep Kelleher. I would love for us to have the 3 best goalkeepers in Europe. You know what I mean? Even if it's just for one season. Do you know what I'm saying? And be greedy. But there's a human side where it's like, nah, bro, man's actually got to play football, man. If we believe in Kelleher that much as fans, we can't be selfish at the same time, knowing that we're getting another goalkeeper. If we want to get Mamardashvili, I'll be a bit different. I'll be like, you know what, Kelleher, you better settle yourself. You're gonna have to fight a valley. You're going nowhere. Right. But it's not that, bro. We got to allow man to live out his dream, and that's how first team football. And I
said 30 million we could get. Savage reminded me yesterday saying that he's only got a year left on his contract. So I was saying 30 M's I would go. I think I saw some reports saying around 20 mil. So I was like, okay, that's not bad. What's your valuation? What's your valuation for him?
The thing is, he probably is like a 30 to 40 million goalkeeper, if we're being honest. The problem is now that you have to be realistic. Year left. He did play quite a bit last year.
Yeah, before he played as well.
If he's only got a year left and teams know that Mamardashvili is going to sign for Liverpool, we're not in a great bargaining position. So I'm going to say it's probably going to be slightly over 20. Like, I think 25 is the max we can get.
I don't mind that. Something in
That's the max, but it'll be between 20 and 25, in my opinion. That's the max I think we'll get for Kelleher still.
Well, Blur said Forest offered 7 million plus Matt Turner last year. You sure, bro? That's crazy. I would have said no as well.
7? No, hell no. And that's when he had 2 years left.
Yeah, nah, bun
that's
that, bro.
Crazy. Yeah, we ain't doing
that. Lucho, Saudi are back. Al Nassr, blood. They're back in the building again.
Bro, these man just like flipping out. They won't leave us alone, bro.
I want to ask you 2 questions, really. Do you rate Diaz for 1?
Yes. No. All right. So, shall I tell you the full story about this Diaz? Just quick background.
Go on.
When he first came to Liverpool, I said he's a baller. But I said, if you're going to beat Liverpool, your end product needs to be better. Cool. So every year, I would say he's done all right, but I feel like he needs to still improve.
Right.
He had a bad injury. And when he had that bad injury, a lot of people were saying sell him. And I was like, that's a bit harsh, man. Let's see what he can do. Like, because people weren't very happy with his numbers. And I was like, give him a bit more, maybe give him a bit more time. this season, if I'm not mistaken, it's his best year in Liverpool, albeit some of it has been, playing through the middle. Luis Diaz is not a player Liverpool should be looking to sell.
100%.
In my honest opinion, Luis Diaz is a player we should be looking to sign up, because Luis Diaz has shown his versatility as well this year, something that we haven't seen with him since he's been there. You see him playing through the middle. Him playing through the middle was a godsend for us, because you see, when we had our two strikers who couldn't do nothing, he was the one, wherever he wasn't scoring or facilitating or creating an opportunity, he was doing what he was supposed to be doing, bro. No one can't talk to Diaz this year. All this talk about Gordon from the start of the season, the videos are there. People were like, "Oh, I'm shotting him for Gordon." I said, "Nah, don't sell him for Gordon. Anthony Gordon is not good enough to sell Luis Diaz. I'm sorry, he just wasn't." And albeit Diaz has had a better season, and you could say, okay, Gordon had a better season year before, Diaz's season this year. Diaz, for me, has shown that he's good enough. My only worry is, though, it ends, is his contract, though. And are Liverpool prepared to offer him the wages that he deserves? The brother's only on about 50 grand a week, bro. He probably wants on about at least 150.
I think that's fair. I think
it's fair to give. Are Liverpool going to do that, though? That's my worry.
I know we live in a world where we don't expect them to do certain things, but they broke the thing this season with giving Virgil and Salah whatever. I'm sure they tried to offer Trent something crazy. I'm sure they're going to break it as well for Florian Wirtz.
Yeah, but I'm hearing reports of up to 325 for Wirtz.
Yeah, so look, he's one of the top players out there, man, and I get it, man. Most people, you want to see the end product in it. As I said, we lived in a world where Mane and Salah was getting mad numbers in it. It's not normal. And for us to keep comparing these guys to those crazy demons that we had at that time, it's crazy. Most wingers get maybe 10 goals, maybe in the season.
And 5 assists or something, or 7 assists.
They'll get they get double. That's like having a good season. Double is a very good season for a player, which he's done last season and this season. So he's doing what a normal winger should do.
Yeah.
Because the other demon we have on the other side, he just does unnatural things. That's not normal for a winger to get those numbers. So we need to stop comparing them to that. Like, you look around the world, look around the league, you're talking about maybe a handful of players getting the numbers that people are asking for. Yeah. Like Rafinha is out there doing madness. Obviously, Lamine is doing madness as well out there. I'm sure you can bring up other names as well that's doing a madness out there. But naturally, wingers don't get crazy numbers, bro.
No, agreed. And that's why I feel like, do you know what it is? Sometimes people always get like spoiled by like looking at like the new toy, so to speak, innit? Like the new thing. We have, when they say like you got food at home and like your food at home is better than sometimes McDonald's, or you've actually got proper food at home. That food at home is better for you. You're just seeing a McDonald's and you're seeing everyone's going up to the counter getting their fries, but you see like the curry got and rice you got at home with the plantain is like way more. It's like it's on another level. Luis Diaz, we shouldn't be looking to set. What's that again, sorry, bro?
No, I'm looking at the time. I'm thinking, bro. I'm hearing the.
Same. Yeah. But like, bro, trust me. Luis Diaz, we should not be looking to sell him. We shouldn't be looking at Diaz and go, we got an issue there. Luis Diaz is not an issue, bro. I think this is what's kind of annoying me a little bit with some of the fan base. Like, you see the left wing spot, bro. We've got 2 of the best left wingers in Europe. Even if you think one of them isn't the best, between the 2 of them, that left side is sorted, bro. We don't need to change anything.
Like, they're sharing minutes. That's how crazy it is. They're sharing minutes and they're both on double. What? I don't know what we need.
What more do you want, bro? It's like, man. It's like, no, we got to get Vinicius and Rodrigo or something. It's like, brother.
We need more.
Yeah, we need more. Yeah.
They're both sharing minutes, and
their numbers are actually absurd for what they're doing. You know that. We actually did, I think, off the top of my head. Hold on. All right. Diaz, what's Diaz got? Flipped 13 goals.
I can go
and check 7. All right, what's this? Diaz 13 goals in the Prem and 7 assists. I think he's got 20 GA.
I'll go and check.
In 38. That's in the Prem, I think.
Diaz is doing God's work, bro. That's what he's doing, bro.
Yeah, bro. Tell me if I'm probably wrong, but I'm gonna say
No.
Diaz is
I'm sure he
got
had, because a
20
lot of,
and 38 in the Prem.
because I
And
want to see
overall,
how many
obviously, more.
overall. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to it. Prem wise, that blah blah blah. He's got 13 goals. You're right, and he's got how many assists?
7
5
assists.
assists.
Oh, okay.
5
Okay.
assists in the
5
Prem. So
assists.
13. So 18 GA. So 18 goal contribution just in the Prem alone.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Uh,
That's just the Prem.
EFL. Let's see if he has anything in EFL. 1 goal, no assists. FA Cup. I swear we didn't even play many. Did he even play in the
we
FA
got
Cup?
knocked out by Plymouth, innit? So it's kind of peak. That man, like Harvey Elliott was there.
They got cooked up, bro.
Yeah, they
and
got.
then he had the hat trick
up,
in the.
bro.
He had the hat trick in the Champions League.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you guys want, bro. Man, just want.
And
more
someone made a valid point. While all being on 55k a week, when there's other man in the squad, that's on way more with less production. This is what I'm saying.
Cody's on 10 goals in the Prem and 4 assists, bro. Like that's like these are not like normal winger numbers, bro. That's the Premier League.
Yeah,
let's see
and
where
then you
he's
go
on
look
there.
up. Cody was going mad in the EFL.
So he's got 5 goals in the EFL and 1 assist in that as well.
Yeah.
And then champs, did you get anything in the champs, my bro?
Yeah, I think so. I think you got about 2 or 3.
You got 3 goals, 3 goals and 1 assist.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
So what did he play in the FA Cup, or did he get?
No, I don't think so. Again, Plymouth debacle happened, did it? So
oh yeah, we shifted that team, mad, didn't it, for that?
Yeah.
But like, I don't like if you had the one player playing all those minutes and you put all of those goals and assists onto the one guy, you're talking about world class. That's what you're talking.
But bro, do you know what it is? It's perception. Let's say there was just one player that got those numbers put together. We're calling that player world class. The difference is it's been split between 2 players. It doesn't look as good. But you need to think of it in totality. This is 2 players. Not only that, one of them had to play up front. The other one got injured. Remember, Gakpo got injured at one point. Diaz therefore had to play even more minutes and was burnt out at one point. I remember because I was saying to the man then, I was like, bro, Diaz must be tired because we can't not play him because there's nobody else. Gakpo's injured and we had a bit of an injury issue up front. So, bro, that output that we got for the left-hand side is serious, you know.
Nah, it's big numbers, bro. And then let them just keep doing that. Let them keep working. And then we'll finish on this one before we get into the questions, Matt. He said, I think I'll be here at Liverpool next season. This is Wataru. I want to know what the chat thinks more, Matt. One second. I want to know, are you, man, keeping Wataru Endo next season? Or are you looking to shift him off? Because he feels he's going to be here.
It's a bold statement from Endo still.
Are you, man, thinking yes or no? You want him, yes or no? Yes or no? That's all it is. You want to keep him or not, bro? Because you, man, don't want him in the building, bro. That's okay. Keep. I see a few legend. Okay, I see it. I see you guys. Keep. All right, we'll keep 100% keeping him.
I think people have been. Yes. Yeah. I think the notion of Endo now being this closer and just locking off games, he's now a cult hero now, isn't it? I think that's what's happened with Endo. Like, we've won a league where we mainly played 2 centre mids. That's McAllister and Grab, until literally they couldn't run anymore. And when one of them was literally like, I can't run anymore, Endo steps onto the pitch and was like, don't worry, I got this. Get your rest for the next game. I got you. That's what Endo did. My only thing is this year, for us to win a Champions League and retain the Prem, are we going to need more? Now, that's not me saying I just want to get rid of Endo. What I am saying is there a midfielder out there that the manager trusts more? Because it all comes down to the manager. I know us fans feel like if we put it out in the universe, that is going to happen. Like if we say Endo's staying, he's going to stay. But the reality is it's up to the manager. I am concerned the manager, though, is only giving him, you know how I say it again, garbage time minutes, like NBA. Yeah. Endo's going to surely want more playing time, bro. Unless he's just satisfied with his garbage time minutes.
There was a few bits it goes on saying like, yo, no, he's just happy, isn't he? He's happy. Why would he not want to be at a club like Liverpool? So he's the brother just understands. He's like, because yo, them man, they're better than me. So they're going to play. And wherever and whenever the team needs me, I am there, ready to
All
cook
right.
for you, man.
But there's one stumbling block. I said it to Cal. In fact, me and Cal definitely agreed on this. It's the future of Bicetic. If Bicetic comes back into preseason and absolutely cooks like he was doing at Las Palmas, this is where Endo is going to get pushed down even further. Because here's the thing. Before Bicetic had that horrible injury, Bicetic was cooking, and we were looking at Bicetic like, okay, we got a young player here. Let's see where it goes. He had the horrible injury, and it's taken him 2 loans to kind of even get back to remotely where he was before. Salzburg, it didn't really go well for various reasons. He went to Las Palmas, and I'm not gonna lie, I get it. La Liga's not the strongest league because it's mainly Real Madrid, Barca, and Atletico, but it's still, in my opinion, a good technical league, right? And not only that, you're playing for Las Palmas. So if you're playing for Las Palmas, you've really got to stand out. You've got to, do you know what I mean? There's got to be something about you, because even the fans were like, "No, this Bicetic guy, like, you look, we'll take him, you know." So, like Bicetic, brother, he was cooking. I watched nearly all the games that he played, bruv. Bicetic, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sit here and say definitively that he just cooks in the Prem, because physicality, the game changes, right?
He's like 6+ now, bro.
And not saying he's got like, he looks a little bit like put on a little bit more weight, shall I say? He looks a little bit more.
Yeah, like he's getting older. As you get older, you fill out more in it. So he's filling out.
He's filling out more. So this is the problem, though. If he cooks in preseason, I hate to say it, I think Endo's gone, because I think Bicetic takes Endo's minutes. That's just what I think. I could be so wrong there.
Like what Blair said, yeah, you're right. Hansi Flick wanted him at Barca on loan, bro.
The move only fell through because they couldn't register players, you know.
Yeah, bro.
No, they got an injury to someone. Then they had
Homo got injured, and then there was
they had problems, so they couldn't do it.
Team.
I'll be so real. You see, Bicetic can play in that Barca team. I know it sounds crazy. He actually can.
It's not crazy, bro. I'm a big advocate
bro.
for this brother,
you see his technical ability, yeah, and the way how he can move the ball, but he's also tenacious, yeah. I'm telling you, if we let go of Bicetic, we're gonna regret it. We're actually gonna regret it. I don't
think we will. I think he comes back to preseason
and he cooks, innit?
And he cooks, bro. That's the take, bro.
So does he take Endo's minutes in your opinion?
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%.
See, I just wanted to see what you
100%, bro. Like if he when he comes back, I think it's fair that every Dolt gets an opportunity to see what he can do. I think it's fair if Bicetic gets the opportunity to see what he can do. And then we'll go from there, bro. But I think, it's a long day,
I think part of the reason was not being able to stay fit. If Bicetic's able to stay fit and he's able to have a really good preseason, that's where you can win over the manager. I know the manager's seen you a little bit before, but you was injured. You had issues. So you're in and out of preseason. Manager's not really going to take a look into you if you've got issues. He's going to say to you, go sort out your issues, because basically, Slot wasn't in a position where he could take any passengers in it. That's the honest truth. He couldn't take any passengers. He saw the squad and was like, I can't really rotate here. These are the options that I have. And that's why he even admitted it. He was like, I couldn't really rotate because these were the players that were playing well and we couldn't take those chances. He says that's one of the reasons why we won the league, but he also goes, that's the same reason why we didn't win the Champions League. Because
couldn't rotate, bro.
In the squad. So I'm saying this now. If Bicetic comes back and has a good preseason, I think he takes Endo's minutes, in my opinion. That's just what I think. Bro.
Hey, now respect it, man. Sergio, as the man them said, bro, we already been saying that for a minute. Sergio
Bicetic.
That's what we've been calling him, bro. And that's
I hear it.
Big up to Ahmed, Sani, Ali, Lou. If I butchered it, my apologies, my broski. Big up for the super chat. I think they want Diaz out because of this season. He won't be worth too much. So do you guys think we need a DM? Oh, it goes without saying.
Yeah, we need a DM. Because as much as I'm a big massive fan of Gravenberch, as you can see, he's you know what I'm saying. We need still rotation though, because here's the thing: all top teams, even though they have their first 11, they still need to rest their top players at some point in the season. 100%. We never really did that. Like Gravenberch played literally every game. More so than Mac.
Yeah, Gravenberch. The only ones he had minutes resting is the ones where he got sent off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Remember when we went down to 10 men? Gravenberch was playing centre back, bro.
Yeah.
Auxiliary centre back, auxiliary. Bro, Gravenberch was doing everything. He needs a rest, bro.
He does.
So we need another midfielder.
All right, man. Matt, question time, my broski.
Yeah.
These are the five the people them said we need to ask Matt. Hold on, let me
I know they're gonna be some savage questions. So
before I get to those questions, Matt, do you want to quickly have a little look and see if anything changed in the Florian Wirtz?
Yeah. Let me check. Yeah. Let me check now. Actually, yeah. Let me see. Let me see. All right. So this is from Politico. He says offers are being sent back and forth between Liverpool and Leverkusen. Leverkusen are trying to get a player out of Liverpool, and you can assume an agreement will possibly be reached this week for the transfer of Wirtz. That was from Politico. That's from like an hour ago.
Back and forth. Okay.
Yeah, a bit back and forth. Also, the Diaz stuff. This is from Ben Jacobs. He's saying, yeah, Al Nassr, I've put Diaz as a leading target and it would likely cost 85 million euros plus. Well, just the thing, I don't want to get rid of Diaz. And then Didi Hamann, I know it's not nothing major, but Didi Hamann said it won't be long before Liverpool. What was it? It won't be long before Liverpool fans fall in love with Florian Wirtz. I can't wait for him to wear the red jersey for the first time. He'll be a fan favorite and Cannon will achieve great things at Liverpool. Facts. So it's all positive. Nothing negative. I just think this deal, with it being such a deal that's going to cost so much, it's a complex deal. And I think the fact that Leverkusen probably do want a player, that's probably making things a bit slower. But I don't think it's just going to depend on that. Because what could happen is there's no player going the other way. It just means now that we might have to pay a little bit more. That's what I think is happening. But I'm confident, or quietly confident, that a deal hopefully should get reached by early next week. If it's not done by early next week, I'm going to be back on this show and we're going to be speaking. Because I can't lie, bro. As PTSD will 100% kick in over the weekend.
Because I know you're going to be checking the phone screen, the TV 100%. Screen, the laptop screen, the screen for these deals. 100. All right, Matt, as I said, man, hot seat time, my broski. Five questions.
Five
questions.
Let me hear
these. All right, this first one.
I knew it's going to be crazy. It's going to be, Matt's already laughing. It's going to be crazy, bro.
The first one says, big up to the chat as well. Love for the love as always, guys. Keep smashing the like, man. I think we're close to the 300 mark as well. We're on 267.
Sick.
Can we get to the 300 mark? Hit those likes, please, man. Yeah, hit the likes for Matt because he's about to start sweating, bro.
Nah, never that, bro. Come on.
This one says, why should we trust your footballing opinion
after
watching the Christmas special performance?
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, that is so harsh, bro. Let me say this, yeah. I haven't played football for so long. A man want to take a snippet, or I say a snippet, more like an hour and a half feature-length Christmas special, and say what? I wasn't a baller back in the day. That's horrible. I will say this though, yeah.
Yeah, go on, Matt.
Haven't played football for years. Like that was just we're just gonna meet up and play kickball, no training, no nothing. And not only that, yeah, even though like it was bad. Remember, I'm over. Listen, I'm overweight. I'm not in shape. But here's the joke, though. Who won it? Who won it? So even though I was the worst, and I did win it. I did.
Was you the worst? You think you were the worst?
No, I wasn't the worst, bro. Clearly, I wasn't. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful.
Hey, listen, it's a safe space, man. Don't worry, man. None of the
people them know. Listen, they know I wasn't the worst in it. They know. The people them know. The people that knew that even when they saw that I hadn't played ball for time, you can see fundamentals are there. Did you get it? You know, Ekitike, my fun is savage. Love me, bro.
The Christmas trees are crazy, bro.
Savage, that's harsh, bro. My fundamentals are there. They will never leave me. The only thing that will leave me will be my athleticism and because I'm out of shape, bro.
Nah, listen, man, that's
people them could see, bruv. Like, man had the pot belly, looking like Charlie Adams. It was a bit mad. I can't lie, bruv.
Nah, you man are taking the piss, bro. Why is there bare Christmas emojis in the chat, bro?
The piss, bro. Even from people that like Jerry. Like, what? Jerry, I thought, like, bro, okay. Savage, I expected, cause that's savage, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Matt looked like he had frostbite. Listen, I'll be so real, bro.
Frostbite, Matt, you know, that is crazy.
That's crazy. No, but you know what? Now, I'm gonna say this though. The next time, if there is a next time, because after that, I'm not gonna lie, it might have to be a shutdown thing for forever. But no, I'm gonna make sure I'm in better shape though, because first of all, I need to go back to gym or whatever, just like get back my natural fitness, bro. Because I was out of shape, bro. Now you see, we've done other Christmas specials, yeah, where even then, like, you can tell, like, we was rusty, but at least I was in better physical shape. Like, I wasn't even in physical shape, bro. I was running around with a pot belly, bro. Like, I was thinking,
no, I hear it, Matt.
It's crazy. Like,
I think that obviously that's people that just wants the banter in it, but in terms of the fundamentals, that's what you can't lose. And if you're saying
you can't lose, if someone pings me the ball, I'm gonna track the ball. Like, no, I can't say nothing. My ball retention is listen. I can't speak for others. I can't, bro. You know that one. I can only tell you my story. This is
no, you are different. I swear to God.
Bro, I can only give you my story, yeah? This is my story. So
just read out my book.
Read out my book, yeah? The others, they've read out their book, yeah? So big up my brothers, all bants, yeah? But, like, they told their story. This is my story. My story is my fundamentals have never left me.
I can't even get to the other ones. I can't do this. 4 more I need to get to.
Oh, bro. Oh, man. Oh, no, big up my brothers, though. Big up Carl, big up Drift, man.
I said the Christmas special, my story.
Bro.
Matt, you've done well to defend yourself there, but it's about the part of it as well. I think they want to know is why should they trust your footballing opinion? That's what they say.
Now that's taking the piss. Wait a minute. Just because right now I'm struggling, to kick ball, that don't mean to say I used to kick ball back in the day. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I was the sickest player of all time. I'm not gonna sit, because remember, I never went pro. Do you get what I'm saying? I never went pro, bro. But I watched the game. All right, so to answer that question, Kanate, I've said, is a good player.
Yeah.
I've said, who's the other one? Gravenberch. I've said, should we go back further?
Yeah.
Certain people wanted, I can't remember which winger it was, but I wanted Rafinha. Everyone can go fact check that. When Rafinha, I said Rafinha is the replacement for Salah. Everyone's like, nah, he's overhyped. I said, no, Rafinha's the guy. We all have howlers. They're bringing up. You see this chat. They're unforgiven. But you see me, Patson Lackey, that's his fake. The real one's no, that's his fake. The real one is Matt's Vifer. Yeah, that's the one that people will never. Yeah, like, but hear this though. I've got a counter for everyone. William Pacho. Do you know what's so crazy? Where's Pacho right now? Pacho's going to a Champions League final, bro. Yeah, people were saying, Pacho, he's dead. Talk to me about Pacho now. There's bare play. What it is, people love to remember your bad takes, but they'll never remember. Another one is Botman, bro.
Yeah, I remember you speaking about.
Bro, you see, let me go back again. Rafinha is in contention for Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
Ballon d'Or. And I said, when before Salah signed that deal, the last one where him and Mane were gonna leave. I said Rafinha is the guy. Get him, no matter what it takes, bro. Man, them are telling me, nah, nah, he's just a player. What's that phrase? He's a big player in a small pond, or is it the other way around? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But basically, it's that one. Because he's at Leeds, he's just standing out. I said, brother, this guy's gonna be serious. I said he's not even at final form yet. So it's crazy.
You and Savage were the only ones I ever heard said we should bring him to the club, brother. And everyone said, nah, he's not good enough.
Look, see how the people that are backing me now in the chat. Look, I'm a witness for Matt. He knows. Drifty cooked Matt for the Rafinha one. People were cooking me for Rafinha, you know. They were cooking me, bro.
Rafinha is a baller, bro.
Come on.
Man said Matson Daka. That is crazy.
That is crazy. Just so mad. I was crashing out because when we were linked with him, a lot of the fan base wanted us to get him. And me, Drifting Cow, all said we are not accepting Patson Daka. You know what I mean? They got Savage. Matt said he had more. Yeah, in my heyday, 100%. Don't. I will die on that hill, you know. I will die on that hill. Maybe not now, but you see, in my prime, I will die on that hill, bro. That's just me. I believe.
That was only question one, Matt. We got more.
Let's go. We got more. Let's go.
All right. With your style of play, what footballer would you compare yourself to in your prime?
In my prime. If we're going to talk about style, but obviously nowhere near as good.
Hey, Matt, remember this is going to stay there, bro. So
but listen, but here's the thing, yeah. If I believe something, people don't have to agree. Remember, unless people here's the point in it. There's people that have never seen me kick ball in my prime ever. Me and Cal have a mutual brethren. I used to play football with that person like, I don't know, like 10 years ago now, maybe. And he even used to say he was easily the best baller there. Now, that's not saying much, but that's why even when I joke about with the guys, Kyle will be like, no, but I know Matt can, because he's been verified, innit? Do you get what I'm saying? But going back to your question about, I'll probably say like a mixture between like Sturridge and like Robin, if that makes sense. That's plain style. Okay. Nowhere near as good. Nowhere near, because but what I was traditionally at first, I was just a left winger, in and out, kind of like Ryan Giggs, on the left, because that's when I first started playing football. Was 4-4-2 era. There was no inverted. Look at Savage laughing. Remember, this is plain style. This isn't who was you as good as him? Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, I let people laugh. I know my ability in it. Yeah, I know my ability. I know my ability anyway, or my previous ability, shall I say? Yeah. But anyway, it'll be like a Ryan Giggs, because I used to I was like a take on kind of winger in it, and obviously you had to make sure the delivery was there, because back when you was playing 4-4-2, you were playing on the side of your strongest foot. So when you're going down the left, it was a case of you better put a good cross in. If not, you're not getting picked. And then once the football started to evolve, I started to play on the right-hand side. And that's when I started to develop the whole cutting inside and, you know what I'm saying, like putting the ball in the far corner and all them thing there. So that was my game, basically.
All I'm going to say, the people heard you're as good as Sturridge or Robin.
No, don't do that. You said plain style. I never said as good as them. We're talking style. How?
No, I'm saying that's what they heard. That's what the people heard.
That's what they're gonna hear, innit?
Yeah, they say Cody Matt. Oh, the man was throwing.
No, big up the chat, man. It is what it is, man. You lot can cook. I don't care. It is what it is, man.
This is a good one. With the YouTubers, pick your five-a-side team.
Ooh. Months. All right, so I do one. I'm not gonna put meat in it. I'm just gonna pick maybe 5.
You're gonna manage it, and you're gonna pick 5.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So probably 5. Go on then.
All right, so I go Months. I'll go Rom, because I know Rom used to play as well. Months, Rom. I know you coach, and I reckon. Yeah, so I'll put you there. I'd say who else? Nah, he's dead.
No, wait.
I'm not even gonna say his name.
Nah,
I'm not gonna say his name. I said that out loud, but I should have really said that, like, because people can say that about me.
One of you man that he knows, that's YouTubers. Man dead.
Yes, someone knows they're dead.
Touching mad.
Hold on, that's free. Who else is there? I'm trying to think. Hold on. Who else can get one? Oh, it's getting a bit techie already, Carl. Certain man, I think, because we're talking about now, we're not talking about in their prime. Do you know what? I'm stuck at them at the three players because what it is, the others, there's no clear winners. The others are kind of all up for debate, bro.
You got a tournament, bro. You can win it. You need to put the ballers in, bro. You need 2 more. Can't go to the tournament with 3. You might have to play.
I know what people are doing. You know what people are doing. I know what they want me to say. Listen. All right. Do you know what? Yeah. Do you know what? All right. It's disrespectful, isn't it? Even though I might not. No. Even though I might not think, because we're talking today. They'd have to see, like, you know, I'll go cow and drift.
No, I feel like you just added them because they're
because I'm thinking of the others, yeah. But I don't want to be disrespectful because I know I'm bantering, but someone might take it personally if I genuinely feel like, yeah, like I'm really like close with that person. But if we're talking like football and stuff, then maybe you wouldn't be that person. Do you know what I'm saying? Just actually, do you know what? This thing he play football, Jerry. I don't know. Just Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry's a baller, bro.
Is he a baller? I would have to get kicked out the team then. Still,
Jerry's a baller. Savage is a baller.
Savage a baller as well, yeah.
Yeah, these are the ballers, bro. Like,
all right. What's this? Man said, no, bro.
I even heard one time, big up to Jamie. I heard him one time say on, I think he was on Monty's channel, said he had 4 assists in an 11-a-side game. I don't know how true it is. You have to.
Who's this? Sorry, who's this?
Jamie.
Oh, Jamie.
Yeah, 4 assists. Yeah, you have to ask him.
Jamie or Jerry? Do you say
Jamie, bro? He had 4 assists in one game.
Jamie Phillips, Jamie.
Yeah. That's the.
But now, like he's played recently.
It might have been maybe. I want to say maybe 5 months ago. I want to say.
Boy, I mean,
so Matt trying to draw me.
No, Jerry, I'm not trying to draw. No. I was just genuinely asking, like, can you keep balling it? Because, like, I was, you know, I'll stick to it. No, I'm not gonna, because obviously I've never seen, even though Jerry's probably a baller, I've never seen it.
Set up the 1v1 immediately.
No, but I'm not even in shock. I'm just saying, if I've never seen, because it has to be some type of evidence, though. Remember, you're telling me to pick a team. There has to be evidence. I can't just go off. I reckon Jerry can play because there's no reason to lie in it. There's no reason to lie. Like, it's like me saying right now, oh, I'm the best baller on YouTube. I know 1v1, don't anybody. No, I'm not going to say that because that's not the truth. So, just for now, I'll go with Drifting Cow. But I'm saying, if I had to revisit it, then maybe one of them gets kicked out still.
No, I feel like you would be nice there, man. There's other ballers you could listen. Based on
give me some names then. Some names.
I would have put Jerry in 100% and Savage. I would have put me and Jerry at the back. We'll deal with that. Put Savage in the.
All right. If you're telling me to pick a team where it doesn't involve no Coppish members, can I?
No, don't do that. No, I'm not doing that. You could have.
What do you mean? What do you mean, though? I don't understand.
No, I want you to be in a position where you could have to leave someone
available. But they're available.
They're available, bro. They're available.
Nah, you know what it is? Because
we want to go and win, man. That's what I'm saying.
I'll be honest with you. No, I'm not gonna do it.
They're both giving your homies the pity pick is diabolical.
Let's just move on. Next question, man. Do you know what I'm gonna do though? We need to sort out. We're gonna sort out something though. Like,
I've been trying to do this, bro, for a minute, man.
Yeah. But before you do that, you need to let me know like 6 months in advance because I can't. You think I can turn up in shape like I was at the Christmas special? Is a horrific.
No. Listen, I hear that.
Remember, man's an old man. When I say old man, but like, yeah, I'm not in my.
Add age onto you, bro. You ain't an old man, bro.
But even still, there's a lot of these men. They're probably like late 20s and that.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're good at football.
No. But what I mean, at least in your physical prime, though. If you're in your late 20s,
I've got brethren that can run around fast than that, but they can't control a football. Bro,
I feel like you're firing shots.
Yeah, bro. Man never can run around. Hey, one of my brothers only learned how to do kick-ups, man. I would say in the last like 10 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. But it was good still.
Yeah.
Big up to the homies, man. All right, so listen, all I know is you don't want to put the Mandem in the 2. You're unsure about the 2. So we'll revisit it on another day.
We'll revisit another day. I think, listen, if you're telling me, because again, remember, you're saying that Savage plays ball. Yeah. And Jerry, then obviously, if you guys can play ball, because obviously us man did not kickball anymore. So if we're gonna be realistic, like say I had to manage a team, then yeah. But if I was just doing it like it's my brethrens and whatever, then I'm gonna pick my brethrens, innit?
No, that's just me being, everyone plays, you know what I mean? Everyone plays.
But obviously, if I want to win and I am like a serial winner, then
as you said, you won the last one, you won the win, innit?
Yeah, facts.
All right, if you add Jerry, you have to pick one of the Mandem. Who you leave out? Say you pick Jerry in, right?
Yeah.
Who'd you leave out? Then you
got one Jerry more play?
Center half.
Yeah, we need a center half still. And Monts can play up front. No, Roms can play up front. Monts can play on the wing. You're playing center mid or center back?
Anywhere, bro. You put me anywhere, bro. We're good, bro.
Man said, "Oh, yeah, you're one of them, man." Oh yeah,
anywhere, bro. Just put me on the field.
No, Enz, I do think though there must be a position where you think you're better than like. I'm just saying you look like a center mid.
I want to where I prefer to play.
Yeah,
center mid, but
I knew. I told you. Yeah,
but that's a preference, though, innit? But you put me there, you wouldn't know the difference. Nah.
All right.
But you know,
anyway. Yeah. Next question. Let's go on to the next question.
No, you gotta put one of the Mandem in, bro. We can't leave it.
Yeah, but what? No, but I said I'm keeping my brethren.
All right, man. All right. You want to slide the question?
Yeah. Come on, man. Let's come on. I see what you're trying to do here, fam.
Hey, it's not me. Blame the people in the community, bro. Some of them are coppish.
No, but all jokes aside, remember, I've never big up Savage. All jokes aside, big up Savage and big up Jerry because they can kick ball. Obviously, like you've obviously verified for that, innit? Yeah. What I'm saying is though, I can only go off like people I've seen or something like that. Do you know what I mean? So. But if they can kick ball, then 100% they'll be there, innit? Their man know, innit? No, I don't think Tom. No, Tom apparently Tom's not that great. Apparently, that's what. But big up Hassan.
I've seen the video Hassan threw up, bro. Man, no coordination in them movements. Okay, all right. Let's move on then. 5 players to leave Liverpool, bro.
Say that again.
5 players you want to leave Liverpool.
Oh, that I want to leave Liverpool.
Yeah.
Flipping. No, I don't want. All right.
Of course you do, because you got to make room for the Mandem that's coming in, bro. Can't have free.
All right. Robertson, I think he needs to leave. I think Tsimikas needs to leave as well. I think we need 2 new left back. I'm being real. We can't. Can I use Trent? No, Trent's really guys. I can't use Trent.
Yeah, you can't use Trent now.
That's gonna sound harsh. I'd have to use Chiesa for 1, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Nunes has to be. If I should have put Nunes first, no disrespect. And this is tough. Want to leave Liverpool.
One more.
Who are the names I said?
Both left backs. Chiesa, Nunes.
And Nunes. Savage. Matt turned heel so quick. Savage, you give me joking now. Bless that Savage, man. Who would be the last person? The thing, all right. Do you know what? I'm just gonna say Endo. I'm gonna say Endo because the thing is, even though it sounds harsh, I'm okay if Bicetic comes in and takes Endo's spot, if that makes sense. So that one, yeah, it makes more sense. And I was even thinking about, if I'm being honest, I'm thinking about Jota as well. But the problem is, I don't know with Jota whether he's just fully declined or whether the injury to his lung that he had, the last injury, has taken him longer to kind of get over. I don't know. Or he could be just on a physical decline. That's him now.
I think
It has changed.
I think it's a bit of like obviously his form has played a part, injuries has played a part. I think looking at how many the chances he gets as well now is like minimal now. Not playing as much as he was used to playing as well, because now we're using Diaz through the middle and he has to come off the bench a lot of the times as well. And obviously him not performing to the level he should be performing at as well. So a lot of factors in there. Do we give him another chance and see? Maybe, but the injury thing is just long, man.
Yeah.
Last question though, Matt. This is the same drift he had last week, and I know what Drifty's answer was.
What's this?
Who is the better footballer out of you guys? So Cal, Drifty, in your prime.
In our primes. Listen.
In your prime, bro. Heyday, Cookage.
I'm gonna say this. I think everybody in their prime, you can kind of tell like who had what. I think Cal. I know Cal. I think Cal was only playing up until maybe a couple of years ago, quite regularly, and I can tell like Cal's got that centre mid vibe about him. I know Drift. Obviously, he said Drift played up front. He said he was pacey, and again, I know people will laugh because people are only going to look at footage of someone that used to play how many years ago. So it's like looking at a retired footballer and then thinking, well, how could you have been this player? Because look at you, innit? Like you, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say me. That's just me being so real. I think from a technical standpoint, I think I've got it all personally because I was quick, very, very quick. I know Drew says he was quick, but again, I would have loved to have challenged him. Obviously, good dribbling ability, good close control, ball retention. Not only that, the IQ as well. I would say Cal might have had a slightly better long range pass, but again, I would say my passman was pretty good at breaking lines. Because remember, I said like the way I had to play as an old fashioned winger is like sliding the ball like between the right back and the centre back. Remember, this is me playing left. This isn't me inverting. But yeah, no, listen. I think all jokes aside, everyone had their qualities, but I personally think it was me. But big up to the man then, because everyone's gonna believe in their ability, man. I don't think there's. I'll be shocked if each of them didn't say themselves as well. Actually, I would be shocked.
To be fair, as I said, I think I only started it after Cal, so we might have to do a repeat, me and Cal, and then we'll go again, and I'll get the guys to throw some questions in to ask Cal.
Savage is killing me today.
Man said, "Go on, pick yourself, bro. Pick yourself." Man said he had it all.
Stay humble, eh?
All right, man. We go into this round here, which is the quick fire. But hold on, let me set it up.
Yeah. How many nights are we on, by the way, it ends?
I'm just gonna check now.
This has been a sick show, man. I can't even lie. Sick show, bro.
302 guys. Big up, man.
All right, come on, man. Let's get it to 350. Let's get it to 350.
I love it. We can get it to 350. That'll be amazing, man.
Come on, man.
I think it was from here anyway, but all right, let's do change it to that. All right, here we go, man. So the quickest time someone's had, I think it was Flawless. He's done it in the quickest time. You get see how long you can take to answer 20 quick fire questions, yeah.
Oh, is it 20? Okay, cool.
It's 20 quick. Let me make sure I got all of them. Yeah. Some are football related, some are movie related. Well, football and movie related.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
These ones should be quite easy, to be fair. I'm looking at them now.
But when you say easy, it all depends on.
It's either or, in it. So
yeah. I was gonna say, because I'll give an example. You might say, all right, Scarface or Matrix. I don't know. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
Both of them are. Do you get it? Like,
just for the quick one, which one would you choose?
See, why did I say that? I don't know, bro. I probably would go. I don't know, actually.
Chat, I want to ask you guys a question. How quick do you think Matt will do with this year? So throw in the time.
I don't know.
Do you think he'll do it in a minute? Do you think he'll do it in 2? Do you think he'll do it in 3? Just throw in a time in there that you guys think how long Matt will take to answer all of these. Some of them are good though. Some of them
of course.
Some of them I'll wait for these guys to throw in 1 or 2 times in there, and I'll go in. I'll go. 2 minute 13, so I've said.
Hey, pick up Savage. It says, nah, Ends done me over mine. Should have had the quickest, but Ends wanted to chat.
Oh man, 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Oh. Yeah, if it's a mad question, I might have to say pause, so that might delay me by like 1 second.
Nah, don't delay it, bro. It just rolls, isn't it?
They might have taken the piss. They might have saying 5 minutes in that,
5 minutes, bro.
But you know what? Listen. I'm just gonna answer the questions, innit? If I get a fast time, I get a fast time. But I guess the premise is to say it as fast as possible because you're trying not to think too tough. You just
you can't think.
Yeah. So it's not. Yeah.
All right, you ready, Matt?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Salah or Gerrard?
Gerrard.
Anfield Knights or away nights at Old Trafford?
Anfield Knights.
Winning the Premier League or the Champions League?
Premier League.
Klopp staying forever if you could, or Torres returning?
Klopp staying forever.
Trent in midfield or right back for life?
Right back.
Beating Man United 5-0 again or beating City in the final?
Beating City in the final.
This one's easy. Prime Mane or Prime Luis Diaz?
Prime Mane.
Bobby Firmino finesse or Darwin's chaos?
Bobby Firmino.
Rafa Benitez or Brendan Rodgers?
Benitez.
Istanbul 2005 or Barcelona 19 comeback?
Istanbul.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
VAR or scrap it?
VAR.
World Cup win for England or 10 trophies for Liverpool?
10 trophies for Liverpool.
Haaland or Mbappe?
Mbappe.
Champions League nights or the World Cup final?
Champions League nights.
Prime Zidane or Prime Iniesta?
No, my day. Prime Ini.
Football without fans or no football at all?
Sorry, repeat the question.
Football with no fans or no football at all?
Football without fans.
Winning 1-0 or winning 4-3 chaos?
Winning 1-0.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Godfather or Scarface?
Scarface.
Minute 41.
Bro, some of them were ridiculous. That Zidane one, bro. You can't do that, bro. That's the only one where I was like, nah. Because even now, I'm thinking, bro, them two there, it's like, I don't know, bro. Also, was that time's pretty fast, isn't it?
What do you mean it's the what do you mean it was really fast?
No. What I mean is that time I just did 1 minute 40 is one of the quickest, no?
Yeah, you're one of the quickest. I swear he went over 2 minutes. I would have to go back and watch the video.
Yeah.
But he was stumped on one for time.
But man in the chat saying 4 or 5 minutes. You're taking the piss, bro.
Man said slow,
Yeah, it's if I didn't do that Zidane one, and didn't I would say I could have done that in about 1 minute 30. That might have been what was the fastest time you said?
1:13. Flawless.
1:13. Ooh, maybe not. I would have probably saved off about. I reckon I wasted a lot of time on the Zidane and Iniesta one, and then the one where I had to get you to repeat the question. So that that's about 15 seconds, maybe 10,
roughly.
15 seconds.
Yeah, let's say 10, 15 seconds.
Apologies, man. I could have done a bit better, but that Zidane one, even now, I'm thinking, bro. Both of them are just legendary, bro.
I know, bro, but that's crazy.
Who would you have gone for? Like,
no, they're both my boys, man. But
no. You gotta say it is. What do you mean? Iniesta. Okay.
But Zidane, unreal, man.
Zidane is levels, bro. Like
Prime Zidane, bro. He was Prime Zidane took apart the Brazil team, bro. This is
what I'm saying, bro. Prime Zidane was a madman.
Yeah, Prime Zidane was doing different level stuff, man. But Iniesta in his prime, Jesus Christ, man.
Nah, Iniesta was an absolute.
Couldn't get close to the brother, bro.
Yeah, you can't. You couldn't have. And even though I know obviously when people speak about the Messi era, people need to be savage in it.
Oh, flipping hell, bro.
Hey, Savage, you're a legend, I swear down, man. I need to be on more shows where Savage is there, I swear.
Bro, trust.
Because I do. Because the thing is, I tuned in, like I was saying yesterday, But because I had the kids and the missus was out, I couldn't really get involved in it. Missus was working, and obviously the kids are off this week, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's a bit hectic. But I wanted to get involved, bro, because some of them conversations were hilarious, bro. Especially with the striker situation, man.
Yeah, bro. Some of the strikers, man. Some man out here still calling man left-footed in that. I hear it, man. I won't let that land, you know. I swear.
I can't believe that someone would think Sesko's left-footed is crazy.
And then you crackheads in the chat go, yeah, but this like what? What?
But this is the problem. One thing I will say, yeah, as content creators, this is where we got to be careful. I know we do banter a lot and we do joke, but you see, like, even when you're bantering but being half serious and you tell something, some people will believe you, and then there becomes this misconception. That's why we have to be careful. We even have a duty to be careful as content creators that we're not feeding nonsense, you know.
Yeah, we do, man. Big up KT. This is a good question. With Darwin, I think it's psychological, bro. Obviously, there's a bit of his fundamentals you need to work on, but I think his fundamentals are high. You don't become a pro if your fundamentals ain't at a very good standard anyway. But I think it's psychological, bro. I think he's checked out, bro.
Yeah. I think with Darwin, remember, we were speaking before the show. I was talking about how the striker situation has set us back like a good few years now. And it's Nunes is, unfortunately, his IQ, unfortunately, isn't the greatest. And not only that, I think pressure. When Nunes is in front of goal, he just thrashes at the ball. He just hits it as hard as he can. He's not thinking about where he's going to put it. You know how some strikers, they only need a split second to go, I'm putting it to the goalkeeper's right because I've already seen the goalkeeper go left. They need a split second. Nunes just hits it. He just hits it as hard as he can and just kind of hopes that the ball goes in. Do you know what I mean? Whereas before, kind of used to place it a little bit more.
Like, look at the 2 goals against Newcastle, bro, and you'd like because you see glimpses of
bro. So,
you're like, yo, them finishes are outrageous, but then you have moments where the ball drops over his shoulder and he just smashes it at the goalkeeper. You're like, like just calm down, innit? Like, I think it's a psychological thing. I think he'll do well when he leaves. I think he'll do well.
I agree, and I think if he goes somewhere and he's not the main man, I think he will thrive even more. Because, all right, let's say for argument's sake, he does go Atletico, and let's just say they still keep Julian Alvarez, he won't be the main striker. He will just be seen as, all right, we've got a striker that hopefully over the next couple of years will be sick because we still got Alvarez. Soloff has banged 20 this season, and you still got, they got 3 strikers, in it. Yeah, Griezmann, Alvarez, Soloff. Yeah. Add Nunes to that. But obviously, some of them will leave at some point. Nunes could do his thing, man. I'm telling you. So,
big yards, bro. He won't let you live down the Lamel thing,
bro. I swear. Do you know all I said? Yeah, this yards won't let this one go. Yeah, pause. Yeah, all I said is, I think Yamal is one of the best players in the world. This was early on in the season, but I just didn't call him the best. That was the argument. I just said he's not the best. He's one of the best, bro. Easily. But man said it. Man's taking it like I'm saying it because I said he's not the best. Man are getting on to me, innit? Pause. You know them ones. And I'm like, come on, bro.
Big up to you guys.
Yards, though. He's my killie. Yards
are
saying
lights.
Yards. Listen, Yards. Seriously, brother. Come on. You know the thing already.
No, I didn't. Bro, allow it.
Nah, Matt, you said Mbappe is better. No way. Hold on. Watch this. Hear what I'm going to say. This is Yamal's first breakout season. Yes or no?
Did well last year, but this season's where
this is the breakout season.
Yeah, this is the one where everyone's like, yo, they recognize him the year before. Yeah, this season they're like, oh, he's serious.
So Mbappe's body of work at PSG, France, and Real Madrid, apparently Yamal surpassed that within these 2 years. Would you agree with that? Yes or no?
Yeah, okay. Well, how would we measure this though? Based on what goals?
Well, look at what they've done in the game. What have they done in the game?
Well, both of them won a big international trophy. One's won the Euros, one's won the World Cup.
One's won a World Cup. Yeah. The other one's won multiple leagues. Even though
Lamel's won his league, but he won the treble this year. So that's
yeah. I hear that.
Mbappe for Real Madrid, he came in and won the Super Cup.
Yeah, ain't this the first year that Kylian hasn't won a trophy, if I'm not mistaken. The first year.
No, he won the Super at the start of the season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and here's the killer ends. I was
the
told
World
he
Club,
was
one of them.
having a crap year. The man scored over 40 goals. So again, I know people are gonna say GA, but what I'm saying is,
He's a striker. What do you need him to do, bro? Score
if you're
goals,
that
bro.
crap and you're a striker and you score 40, is it really that bad?
Nah, he did his job, bro.
This is one thing I will say. Yamal has more natural God-given talent than Mbappe. Neymar had more God-given talent than Cristiano Ronaldo, in my opinion. More God-given talent, Neymar. I think Neymar just woke up and was like, God gave him that talent. Same thing with Messi. There's certain players that you can see, like, they just have it. You can't teach that. As great as Cristiano Ronaldo is, as great as he is, I don't think you can teach what Neymar and Messi have. They just have it. You see what Yamal has? Yamal just has it. It's like there's certain things that they can do that no one else can do. Because like Mbappe, again, as much as I rate Mbappe, you can still replicate some of the things that Mbappe can do. Mbappe hasn't got something that no one else could never have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
People understand what I mean as well. Like, but what I'm trying to say is, and like people like Dino. But what I'm gonna down this hill. How can Yamal surpass and be better than Mbappe within 1 year? This is what I don't understand. I thought part of being the best was being consistent for many, many years. But because someone's been so great in their first year, we're so quick to give him the title. When Messi had his first breakout year, I don't think no one said he's the best. They said, he's one of the best already. No one said he's just the best already. I could be so wrong saying that. But people still acknowledged Dino's still there. When Messi was cooking up Chelsea, when he blitzed him past Robin, Dino was still the best.
Dino was still cooking, bro. Yeah. I think,
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, listen, he's got to do more, but right now he's up there. And if you're doing a year by year, season by season,
I get passionate about this though, because like you see, when it comes to like these conversations about being the best year, I take these things serious, innit? Yamal's one of the best, but I don't think we can crown him the best yet. I think he needs to do it longer. He needs to, I'm not saying be consistently as insane as this year. But you've got to be consistent over your career, though, or at least over a couple of span years where we can just go unanimously. Nah, you're the best. Nah, you're the best, man. He's done it for 3 years now. You're the best.
It's difficult to compare the players in terms of, because some had a head start. You'd say that Mbappe's had the head start, and hasn't he? So he's obviously got a little bit more in terms of
that's true.
Playing and trophies and whatever. But Lamine, he's doing his thing right now, brother, and he's cooking up the place.
100%, bro.
Tom asked if you put him in the five-a-side. I'll repeat what Matt said though, Tom. He needs proper defenders at the back, bro.
No, I never said that.
You didn't make.
That's outrageous.
Okay, Matt, did he make your team?
We need to do VAR for that. VAR.
No. Did he? No.
Wait. You said. Jerry plays centre back, and you can play. You said you can play centre middle or centre back, and you were like, so defense is sorted. Yeah. See it right there.
No, but you then said, nah, I don't think he was that good anyway.
No, I said Hassam sent the files and said, Tom's a bit funky, or Tom's not that great. That's what Hassam said. You're trying to do nasty. Tom, don't let ends do that. Go check the tapes, Tom.
It's timestamp, so if you're gonna want to watch it back, you hear that he didn't even make.
Horrible.
He said he didn't even make the bench, bro. That's why.
No, that didn't even say a bench. This is nasty work, I swear this is a setup. This is a setup, man.
See how it is.
See, now you got me fighting Tom. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you didn't put him in your team, bro. What do you want me to do?
I'm saying no. But just because I didn't put him in the team, I don't mean to say that. You know what I mean? Like, there's players that obviously I know that are certified, verified. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
man. Matt, appreciate you as always, my bro.
Come on, bro.
Love for jumping on the channel and vibing out. We need to make it a bit more of a
frequent, innit? Yeah. 100%, bro. 100.
What have you guys on Coppage got cooking up, bro, for this week?
You know what? Funny you say that. All right, so we've got the call-in show tomorrow, Friday call-in show. So if you can try pass through anybody that's able to pass through. We don't know what time yet, but we'll let you guys know. There might be something releasing tonight as well, but I need to kind of get verification on that. So there could be something tonight as well, but I can't reveal what it is yet. What it is. But there's definitely the call-in show Friday, 100%. So that's tomorrow. Definitely call-in show tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Cool, man. Listen, guys, make sure, I'm sure many of you have already subscribed to Kopish, but if you haven't and you're new, make sure you go and do that as well, man. I love that, appreciate the love you guys have shown today in the chat and also smashing the like button. If you haven't, consider subscribing to the channel, man. We keep growing, man. We keep getting better. We keep putting together good shows for you guys to watch and enjoy. For us, I'm not too sure, man. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe just wait around. Maybe some news, man. Hopefully.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If that's another thing, if news breaks, you know everybody's going live. Like, if it's a Florian Wirtz thing or whatever, we're going live. You know them ones, we're 100% going live. So be prepared in it, because I'm expecting to see movement from Liverpool. If not by the end of this week, by definitely early next week. If not by early next week, and nothing is confirmed for either Kerkez, Frimpong, or Florian Wirtz, then I will definitely be worried. I'll be worried. And that's what we might have to call an emergency meeting. Like big man thing. We can't have over a week go and ain't nothing happening. Because then what's happening? Do you know what I'm saying?
The longer it stays, bro, that's when the Real Madrid.
This is like Real Madrid just start knocking on the door. You know, one of these ones, like just knocking on the door, bro.
You got your manager there. We're gonna play the same style. He knows you got you good. Blah blah blah.
No, but big at the chat, man. Come on, man. Nothing but laugh to the chat, man. Come on. This has been a sick show, man. Too much jokes as well, man. Trust me.
Where was Matt? Let's go, Dust.
What's this? Matt's Gold. What? Matt Gold. This is what I mean. How the hell are people saying Gold Dust? Like what? Because
there's did you say Gold Dust was your favorite?
I've never in my life said Gold. Savage. You see Savage? Nah, he's not serious.
No, when did you say Gold Dust?
I've never said that in my life, bro. Bruv, my favorite wrestler is Stone Cold Steve Austin, closely followed by Bret Hitman Hart. Then probably who would be third? Maybe The Rock. So I go Stone Cold, and to be fair, it might be tied between Stone Cold and Bret Hitman Hart. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, bro,
they're just running with narratives now. They might have been silly, you know. You lot are being silly. You don't need to go out and get some fresh air, you know. That's fair. Can't get
the circulation right, bro. You've been sitting out for too long.
Man are bored. People, go get your lunch. Go get your lunch. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get my lunch now. You get me?
Yeah, I'm feeling for some Jamaican food, but I don't know if it's too early.
No. It's 10 to 3, bro.
Earlier, bro. Yeah, I hear that, but I feel like dinner time's like 5, 6. And then
it depends though. Yeah, if you're eating, because obviously if I have dinner with the kids, they'll eat a lot earlier, innit? So them like if I have a meal with the kids, it'll be what's this? He said it, swear down, and man. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm saying.
Nah, the man.
Me and Cal made a joke and done the Gold Dust, but we never once said gold. See how you lot just fabricate.
Matt, you know what, man? I just saw my WhatsApp, man. Them sending evidence as well, bro. Something you.
But
I'm not listening to it myself.
Yeah, 100%. I've never said in my entire life. Why would I ever say Gold Dust is my favorite wrestler, bro? Ever in my entire life. You know, the chat are terrible, you know.
I don't know if you can hear it. I don't want to make sure you can hear it because I want the people to crash out.
Yeah, but you lot are terrible. Are you not gonna try and do me like that and say Gold Dust is my favorite? Are you mad? You know, crazy, bro. Who said it in the chat as well? You see Yards, you see you. All right, cool. Watch. Blurs, you as well. Jax, you as well. Ends, I wouldn't trust Matt fully. You know, man. All right, Anelia, you're involved. All you people that's saying that, watch. All right, watch. You're getting.
I don't know why you man got Matt crashing out on stream, man. Let Matt live, man.
This is crazy. They're just running with a narrative because someone. This is what I mean, bro.
Bro, Matt, you know what? These man went 3 months back, you know. This ain't like recent.
This is FBI settings.
No, hold on.
Bro, you know me? Yeah, I'm an honest person. You see when I said like Timo Werner and thing like that?
Because my argument will be.
Can you hear that? Yeah.
Is he better than Darwin? And I know people don't like Darwin, but is he actually better? I've seen Darwin score goals in the
It's a game.
I've seen Darwin, do you know what I mean? Like handle big moments at times, like Newcastle when we're down to 10 men
And
and dance for the
Ekitike,
break.
innit? Oh.
I don't know if Ekitike is ready for that yet.
Is this what they're doing? And when was that sent?
3
And when was
months
that?
ago. Well,
How
when
many
was
months?
he said?
Well, no,
Oh,
no.
this-
Check the video. Check the video.
Oh no, I
Because
can see it's 3 months ago.
Yeah, and since then I've changed my mind. I don't know watch along on Big Up. Spurs versus Frankfurt. Everybody was there. And I said, Ekitike, he could be the guy. It's like you're not allowed to change your mind, bro.
Nah, 3 months ago, Matt, bro.
That's crazy. This is what you lot are doing, you know. Man said, if I said something 3 months ago, that means you can't change your mind ever. You have to stick to it. That's crazy, bro.
Nah, let Matt live, guys, man.
Flipping hell, chat.
Man, put these crimes on my boy, bro. That's crazy.
This is madness.
He's already said he's as good as Robin and that, so.
See what I'm saying? No, I'm never coming back here ever. Ever, bro. I swear, bro. Nah, it's toxic up in here, bro.
Yeah, listen, man, it's
Bare
only
toxicity,
vibes, only
bro.
energy. Matt, as I said, man, I appreciate you, bro.
Come on.
We
So
need
many
to make
fans.
it more
Love.
often.
Oh, come on. No, this is what I'm saying, bro. Do you know what I won't make no promises, but you see sometimes when you do a show with G and Savage, I think you kind of do like a is it a daily show? Or
It's daily, depending on what the transfers are. If there's a good bit of transfers, we'll cover it and stuff like that. But
if I'm about, I'll just shout you.
yeah, if you're seeing it,
yeah. If I'm about, I'll just say, bro, do you mind if I like join the show, kind of thing? Do you know what I'm saying?
big
You know
up,
what I mean?
Drizzy.
Oh, hey,
Morgan.
big up, Morgan. What's going on, Morgan, my bro?
Big up, man. Man said
Yeah,
you're a
bro.
hybrid of Sturridge and Robin.
This is what I mean. That's what they're gonna remember.
That's
Playing style or as good as that. You specifically said playing style.
Yeah,
I just said
did.
style. That's it.
You've had us for 2 hours and 16 minutes.
Hey, trust
That's
me,
crazy,
it's probably
man.
the longest show, innit?
Yeah, but when you're having fun, you're having great conversations. It is what it is,
Come
man.
on, you know the thing already.
But listen, man, guys, as Matt said, yeah, go and do something. Go get some fresh air.
Go outside and get some fresh air. And stop trying to find videos of flipping 3 months, 6 months ago when I could have said something. Like, man ain't allowed to change their mind or something.
He
No,
said
them
he-
ones.
Nah, listen, man, you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to change it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man. But
Nah,
guys,
come on,
as we
man,
said,
nah.
love for the love. Subscribe to
Bless
Coppish if you haven't. Subscribe here if you haven't. Go and enjoy the rest of your day. Get some fresh air. Peace out.